Welcome to Mission Prep Football Pregame. I'm Brian Stanley, and joining me, my partner in crime, as always, Stephen Hodges. Tonight's matchup here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium, the home of Mustang Memorial Field, presented by Dignity Health French Memorial Hospital.
I believe just French Hospital. It becomes a Memorial Hospital if they don't do their job, but I believe just French Hospital.
Well, Steven knows better. He broadcasts Cal Poly's on Saturdays here.
I don't think I'd want to name a hospital a Memorial Hospital.
Okay, French Hospital Medical Center. There we go. I'm reading it off the field upside down. Forgive me. We're on the opposite side of the field tonight. As you can see on the field, there is the logo I'm trying to read. Dignity Health French Hospital Medical Center. You know what? We're inside Spanos Stadium. I'm going to settle that one.
There you go.
We're riding high here in Spanos Stadium, home of the Cal Poly Mustangs in the beautiful city of San Luis Obispo on the wonderful campus of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And it is move-in season here on campus. I got lost on campus, went to the wrong exit on my way up here.
Yeah, it's some fun, didn't you?
You got off on Grand Avenue instead of California and ended up in the heart of move-in country here on campus, and slowly made my way back over here and had a nice little venture through campus today, Steven.
A bunch of freshmen moving in, especially to the dorms, and that's why next week, if you want to catch our game, we'll get it out here nice and early. You got to tune in on Thursday. They're going to have the stadium booked for a concert for Week of Welcome. One of the big traditions of Cal Poly is a concert in the stadium on Friday. So Santa Ynez will be visiting Mission Prep next Thursday, not next Friday. So make sure that you tune in Thursday for that game against the Pirates for Mission College Prep.
And Steven, I'm glad you brought that up. I think we should be a part of that concert. How great would that be to have a football game and a concert all in one here at Spanos Stadium? I know it's not the Mustangs playing for these fans, but I know the Royals and the Pirates would put on one heck of a game on a Friday night.
The band's been on the field in plenty of football situations. That's part of ACC college football history starting next year, right? You know, band being on the field.
Band's on the field, and I'm going to predict we have a Pac West conference coming up soon, something along those lines. But back here inside Spanos Stadium, the home of the Cal Poly Mustangs and your Mission Prep Royals this season. They're hosting the Aptos Mariners, coming in at 0-2, Steven, from the Gabilan League out of the Pacific Coast Association. Their head coach, long-tenured head coach Randy Blankenship. Don't know how long he's been at Aptos, but he's been coaching now for 50 seasons, starting out with a freshman squad, an alumni of Atascadero High School, and he is 300-plus wins. Tonight, I was over talking to him at I believe that is the north end zone in the middle of the JV game. And I'm like, Coach, do you know how many wins you have? I know you're north of 300. He's like, all I know is that we're 0-2 this season, and we need a win under our belt.
Well, and they've been playing some of the top teams up in that Central Coast section. It's an often asked question on the Central Coast, actual Central Coast, why the teams around here play in the Central section when there's a Central Coast section. Well, that's because the Central Coast section, as far as CIF is concerned, is that area just south of San Francisco. It incorporates Monterey County, places like Salinas, Santa Clara. There's actually more schools in the Central Coast section, despite being geographically much, much smaller than there are in the Central section, which covers a large expanse of space all the way into the Central Valley, into the east side of the Sierra Nevadas. And, you know, obviously the southern section historically very large as well. More schools there, but the Central Coast section very well represented with schools and has some fantastic teams such as Palma and, as we're going to see tonight, Aptos, smaller community up in the Monterey area, but still very good football.
Very good football, and that high school tucked away in a nice little valley of its own. When we were up there, we had to drive in up this little canyon, shall we say, to this little settlement we called Aptos High School. And it was a nice little venue, beautiful campus.
Beautiful campus, just surrounded by the natural pines. It is a little misty, as you'd expect. Monterey County is a perfect situation there, but you can't complain about tonight. It's going to be high 70s, clear skies. I mean, this is going to be a beautiful night for football here in Mustang Memorial Field.
And if you're watching here inside the stadium on your cell phone, we recommend you get over to the snack bar and get some of those pulled pork sliders by Karen Lopez, a beautiful treat that she makes every week. Last week it was burritos. This week, pulled pork sliders.
Yeah, they look delicious. I didn't have one myself, but you took them down pretty quickly, so they got to be pretty good.
Chomping away at them. And we're going to be right back. We'll break down the Aptos Mariners a little bit more. This is the pregame show on Prep Sports Network's TV station.
California, more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Prep Sports Network, PSNtv. It's the pregame show. I got Thomas Bowden to my left. I got Stephen Hodges to my right, and I want to give a shout out. We got some fans participated up in Truckee on a watch party. Kevin Dolan, the Esmonds, they're getting ready for tomorrow's big matchup for the Nevada Wolfpack playing Idaho, and that's going to be...
The wolf plaque's what happens when they don't go to the dentist.
Yes, they get plaque in their wolf teeth, and it just turns all bad. And that's going to be R.J. Esmond's official debut on the field for the Wolfpack as he suits up. Will be on the sidelines, but he's going to have quite a few Royals traveling up there to see him tomorrow in full swing. And Steven, we also got a couple other Royals making some big waves on the Central Coast. Let's talk about that real quick. We got Asani Berkeley picking up some big yardage this last week for Cal Poly, an 87-yard pickup, 3 yards shy of a touchdown.
Absolutely. Asani Berkeley. That's going to be watching this upcoming
I
week
said
alongside
Asani
with Carlton Brown.
I meant to say
the
Carlton Brown.
big tight end who spent some time in Nevada as part of that Wolfpack. And now Carlton Brown, a fantastic for Cal Poly. He did great in the run blocking game, won a lot of those battles up front. So that's not talked a lot about because his highlight was phenomenal. 87 yards down the field, just short of a touchdown. I was going nuts in the box watching it because I watched him here play. Was a fantastic player for the Royals, an exemplary member of the community, and he's an exemplary athlete on the field as well. So Carlton Brown, going to be a guy to watch right here on this field on Saturdays. Won't be here this Saturday. He's going to be playing up in San Jose State, as we were just talking about with Asani Berkeley. But we'll be back next week against University of Lincoln. I think that's going to be a really good game for him. So if you want to see Carlton Brown play some football again, you miss him seeing him here locally. Well, he's back, and he's doing really, really well.
Well, I do apologize for Carlton Brown getting my words mixed up here, as I'm excited for this weekend to see the Spartans take on the Mustangs. And I can't wait to see that game. I'll be watching on my phone while I'm at work. And, yeah, I meant to say Carlton Brown from the start. I'm smacking myself on the head over here for the slip of the tongue. But, yeah.
It is a fantastic era of Royals football back then, having Asani and Carlton on the same team. Now they're going to be able to face each other as, competitors here tomorrow in San Jose State. That game will be on NBC Sports Bay Area. If you can't catch it live, you can, and you aren't tired of me by then, you can catch it locally on the radio, ESPN 1280. We always got your broadcast for the People's Feed.
that song, the music in the stadium just took a different turn in tone. And Steven, let's talk about the Aptos Mariners here. First 2 games of the season, Oakdale Mustangs, a 21-14 loss, a very close loss there. And then kind of getting blown up by Archbishop Mitty, the Monarchs picking up a 41-28 victory over the Mariners. And they're coming out of San Jose, another San Jose Bay Area tie-in there.
Yeah, anytime you're dealing with a major, big city private, it's going to be a tough team to play as a public school like Aptos is. Of course, Mission Prep not a big city team like Archbishop Mitty, but Archbishop Mitty in San Jose does a fantastic job fielding a squad. And when you're in a metro of 1 million people, a little bit easier to get people to come to the private and fill out those rosters. So really ferocious team there. Oakdale as well, very good team. So don't look at that 0-2 record and be like, this is a team you can sleep on. This is a team that you're going to walk past. Not at all. Aptos is a ferocious team. They run the wing tee, really heavy run front that gave Mission a lot of issues last year, both against Aptos and then later against RFK in the postseason, who also ran that wing tee. Last year, it really tested the run defense. I think that's something that's going to be very important for the Royals going forward, because not only they got Paso and Rigetti still on the schedule, but it's just going to be a more run-heavy league this year for the Mountain League. The quarterbacks that were there last year all graduated for the most part. You're looking at guys like Kevin Ross moving on all across the entire Mountain League. It's just becoming a more run-heavy league, more defensively focused. So this is a great game for the Royals. It's going to be a good fit for them to see where they're going to sit come Mountain League time, because if Aptos played locally, that's where they'd be playing. This is that caliber of team. They're going to be a tough matchup for the Royals, but one that's going to be very important for growth going forward.
Well, we look back at that Archbishop Mitty, getting ahead of myself in words. I'm trying to make Thomas laugh over here to my left. Jordan Torres, the halfback for the Mariners, had an interception on defense. He took back for a pick 6 against Archbishop Mitty, and then finished with 147 yards rushing and a touchdown on offense as the Royals begin to take the field here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. We wait for their official arrival through the gates. But let's keep going, Steven. Another threat for the Aptos Mariners, Steven, is going to be Lawrence Ingram III, finishing with 95 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on the ground. And then they have a passing game.
I believe it's Lawrence Ingram IV, and he'll be easy to spot tonight because he's wearing the number 4. Lawrence Ingram IV going to be one of those 3 options out of the backfield that they're going to use most heavily between Jordan Torres, Lawrence Ingram IV, and the quarterback Matt Hood. All 3 of them are expected to run the ball. Matt Hood being the least likely. He's the quarterback. They're going to try and keep him fresh to throw the ball. But both Jordan Torres and Matt Hood should see a lot of play as running backs out of that backfield. Of course, for Mission Prep, they've got a pretty lucky situation. They got a real bell cow running back in Drew Harrigan, but also expect Ronnie Kardashian, Chase Untal, and Luke Terry to all get carries throughout the night. It's going to be one of those games where you're going to see a lot of running the ball. If you like the power run like I do, this is the game to watch. It's going to be a battle in the trenches all night between 2 teams that love to run the power run, and will be running a lot of T formation.
And talking to the coach show this week, Coach David Schuster officially confirmed that going forward for the current time this season, it's going to be sophomore Thomas Glenn leading the offense at quarterback going forward. Always up to change, but that's where we are. As captains meet at center field, captains for the Aptos Mariners are going to be Lawrence Ingram IV, Phoenix Gillian. Collecting these numbers as we go. Matt Hood, the quarterback, and Andrew Silva. For your Mission Prep Royals, Connor Lopez, Drew Harrigan, Gabe Rodriguez, and Luke Terry meeting at the center of the field. The Aptos Mariners are coached by Randy Blankenship. His assistants are Bo Blankenship, Bill Ciancio, Jamie Townsend, Justin Brentlinger, Mark Dorfman, Scott Russo, and Thad Morin. Mission Prep is coached by head coach David Schuster in his 7th season. 47-16 is his record. His assistants are Darnell Harris, Hernan Rodriguez, Father Russ Brown, Eric Terry, Kurt Hinkie. David Schuster is also the tight ends coach. We got his defensive coordinators are Eric Terry and Mondrick Thompson, Joey Lopez, and Elijah Palomino on the staff as well. And here are the Royals on the field, looking for their first home win of the season, facing the Aptos Mariners. We will go to prayer and the national anthem. We will be right back. This is the Mission Prep pregame show wrapped up. Stay tuned for your Mission Prep Royals, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo on PSN TV.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Park Way off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you. Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness. Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no fifth quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
Welcome back. Mission Prep football about to get underway here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me tonight, Stephen Hodges. You ready to go, Stephen?
I'm ready to go. And you know who else is going to be ready to go? This Mission Prep defense. Allowing less than 14 points a game is definitely a great place to be coming into Game 3 of the season. They're going to be put to the test tonight, though, trying to stop the run-heavy team of Aptos. Aptos is going to be someone that's going to find those gaps. Going to be a lot of misdirection tonight. Going to be a lot of testing of different gaps. Everyone on this defense has got to be ready and play an individual role. It's going to be an exciting one tonight, Brian.
Stephen, this is the same stadium that Carlton Brown III took off for an 87-yard pass reception, setting up a touchdown 2 plays later for the Cal Poly Mustangs. Can the Royals feed off that energy 6 days later?
You know, I'm not sure what the half-life on Magic is, but I think there still might be a little bit left in this turf. We'll see if they can find it here tonight.
And we are about to get underway. The Royals kicking off to the Mariners. It's going to be a battle of coaches. Who can outwit who? Coach Blankenship versus Coach Schuster. Royals looking to get back after a tough loss last season up in Aptos country. And the kick is off. At the 20, it takes a bounce down to the 10. It's on the turf. And the Royals coming in hard, missing a tackle. Couple two brugging through. We're across to the 30, breaking another tackle. And a nice carry across to the 30 for Derek Morin after a stumble back at the 10-yard line and a fumble with the ball.
Well, those missed tackles are something that Mission Prep's going to be addressing here early. If you get a chance to make a tackle, you have to do it against a team like this because everybody has an individual responsibility against a T-type offense. Each person has one person that they're in charge of. If they get the ball, you go tackle them. If you miss that, you may not have the help that you typically have against a standard offense, especially a modern offense where you're throwing the ball out to a screen and you got 4 guys on 3 guys and you're trying to make the best of it. Not the case, as a referee telling him, cut it out, as the sound had already come up, but he wants to make sure no artificial noise during play.
Keeping the sound clear for the team communication. Shotgun snap. Handoff out of the backfield to Ingram the 4th. And Ingram pushes forward for a 3-yard carry.
Ingram typically averages about 6 yards per carry. So while 3 yards is a little bit more than you want to give there, he's the type of guy that can really make you pay. And you saw it there on that first run. He really starts stretching the defense laterally and can get his feet in the ground and turn quickly. So keep an eye on him. He's going to be a big factor.
A 2nd and 7. And a handoff up the middle to a different selection this time to Sean Gomez, the fullback taking the carry, the sophomore, standing 5'6".
And this is going to be one of those fun offenses. It really shows the difference between why fullback and tailback are kind of different things. The halfbacks traditionally in the T offense were the ones that got the long-range carries, while the fullback ran right up the gut like that. In modern day, they move the halfback behind in the I formation. That's where we get the term halfback for tailback.
3rd and 4. And a whistle. Here's a flag. That's going to be an illegal formation, illegal motion. False start. There we go. I'll get the right motion.
A little bit of rocking on the line. We saw this a lot during the JV game on both teams. Each team really trying to get that little step forward. Whoever can generate that force first, typically going to win the battle up front. So you'd think it's up-tempo games where you get more cadence issues. Really, it's not. It's where you get this power versus power because leverage means so much in the trenches.
Approaching a $130 gone here in the opening frame under center. Man in motion, handoff. Keeping it himself on the pitch. Quarterback taking the option. That's a first down for the Aptos Mariners. And a nice carry for Jordan Torres following the pitch option.
A little pitch option, and all the quarterback's doing there is reading what's in front of him. It's not the job of the quarterback to try and make the play happen. In this case, he just watched everyone crashing down and gave it to the last option, Jordan Torres on the outside, where no one was there to protect him because all of the defenders on the inside were looking inside. Jordan Torres had the option to go outside.
2 receivers lined up to the quarterback's left. A handoff to the back. Torres And Torres taken down by Connor Lopez immediately for a short loss. Second down and 11 for the Aptos Mariners here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium, first quarter.
Connor Lopez showing why he's starting to turn heads around the college world and why some 4-years are starting to look into him in 247 Sports. He runs so well behind his hands, and then when he gets a chance to make a tackle, he typically finishes. There's just a beautiful finish, wrap up and straight to the ground.
Quarterback under center, hands off. This time the back met in the backfield and quickly pushed backwards by Lucas Elmerick is Gomez. Deshaun Gomez picks up a 2-yard loss. Second, it's going to be 3rd and 11. I'm reading the down sign. It still hasn't changed. Now facing a 3rd and 11. 3rd and 13, excuse me.
Damian Howell there as the defensive end also did a good job. He's one-on-one with the offensive tackle and pushed past. When you can win that battle one-on-one as a defensive end in the run game, that's a huge deal, and it came up with a tackle for loss.
Hood under center. Hands off to the man coming across in motion. The defense there to meet him. Pushing the offense back once again. And the ball carrier going nowhere. Derek Morin shut down in the backfield. Another loss, a loss of 3. That tallies a 4th and 16 now for the Mariners. And here comes the punt unit.
And as Lucas Elmerick getting the tackle, shutting down that sweep game, trying to stretch them out laterally. Nothing happened there. Lucas Elmerick able to shut down the play without sacrificing inside coverage.
Punter stepping back. And that is Hood, the punter. Royals call clear. The ball rolls out about the 14, 15-yard line. Awaiting the official spot. They're going to spot it at the 15. And that is a generous spot, I would say, by a yard. But, Steven, I think it's time to thank a sponsor here. And we want to thank California Fresh Market, who is your headquarter for all your football party needs. Pick up your game day appetizers at the famous Wing Bar. California Fresh Market, a proud presenting sponsor of California, or Mission Prep football, excuse me. That's California Fresh Market, by the way. 1st and 10 for the Royals at the 15-yard line. Handoff up the middle. No gain. And that is Drew Harrigan on the carry for the Royals. And they're going to give him a short gain of 3 yards, 2nd and 7 for Mission Prep.
Drew Harrigan coming out of that kind of short single back look. He's a little bit closer than you typically see on a single back look, and that allows him to attack the line very quickly. He got up there, made a couple stutter steps, and got a short gain for his effort.
2nd and 7 for the Royals. Thomas Glenn under center, throws to the backfield. Drew Harrigan takes it, turns the corner outside the numbers, and he's across the 25. That's a first down, Royals. And that Royals first down presented by the Mountain Air. And this first quarter presented by Via Automotive.
It's a beautiful pitch play there. It looked like a pass because it's an overhand throw. Typically you shovel the pat, do a shovel type pitch, but they're just a pitch backwards using a spiral throw. And Harrigan got to the corner and just moved the chains. He's going to be a tough guy for the Mariners to stop. He's been power running for years now.
Shotgun snap, handoff to the man in motion, Luke Terry. Luke Terry trying to shake, the defender does. And keep going, that's a first down for the Royals. Another Mountain Air first down. Royals moving the sticks for the 2nd time on this drive. Let's go Royals.
Luke Terry using his legs there in order to generate the space out in front of him. Just does a good job with a little head fake to get that extra yardage too. Faked up one gap and then kept running. You got to love the speed that he shows laterally before getting vertically to make that play happen. Caught everyone looking inside.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line for the Royals. The snap, the pitch out to Harrigan from Glenn. Harrigan turns the numbers out to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a good 7-yard gain for Harrigan. 2nd and a long 3. Trying to get out to the 49-yard line for the first down. Out to the CP at the center line.
Mission Prep getting a lot of action without having to throw the ball yet. This bodes well for their team. They really like making things happen first with the power run. Using those stretch plays, outside zone. In this case, doesn't always have to be literally the call power, but to get that done with just handing the ball off really opens up the pass game later.
Jump at the line, not called. On defense, a dive forward. And that may be close, coming up short by like a half a yard for that first down. And that was Harrigan once again on the carry.
And we know how risky Coach Schuster likes to play it. When he gets these short situations, I think in his mind he's counting himself as having 2 downs here. If he can't get this on 3rd down and short, I think he's willing to risk it on 4th down this close to midfield. So don't expect something that's going to be the standard, well, we'll just dive and get it, though that's not out of the question.
Our scoreboard has gone fuzzy. We're going to have to adjust that. And 3rd and 1, a handoff once again out of the backfield to Harrigan. Harrigan pushes forward, and he gains 3 yards.
Of course, when you've got a guy like Drew Harrigan, it does help because if you just want to get the yardage, just get the yardage just like that. Drew Harrigan pushing forward and getting that yardage and move the chains. The 3rd first down of this first quarter, first drive of the night for the Royals. It's boding well for the Royals right now as they're just moving the ball with a good clip.
And that is another Mountain Air first down. Mountain Air in downtown San Luis Obispo. The pitch out to Harrigan. Harrigan spins the wheels, gets him going, gets a good block out at the 47-yard line. And Mason Taylor putting up a fight at the 47. We have a flag on the field.
There is a flag on the field.
Steven, what did you see there?
And it looks like it's going to be holding against the Royals here, but what a play there by Glenn. The key to having that kind of a play is fearlessness from the quarterback. If they already know you're going to pitch it, they're not going to bite and try and chase you. There, he looked like he's really going to run it up the field before pitching it off to Drew Harrigan. Not sure if it's ever really in the cards for him to toss that away, but definitely got the defender's bite. He got 2 of them, in fact, and you don't always got to block a guy physically to take him out of a play. Glenn did it with his eyes. Fortunately, hold down the field, erase that, and it's going to be a 1st and long.
And we're underway here in the first quarter, 5:11 on the clock on the snap. And a push forward gets him across the original line of scrimmage, bringing up a 2nd and 9 following the long first down. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line of the Aptos Mariners here in the Via Automotive first quarter.
Right now, the Royals really just trying to get Tony Perez Clamati a little bit on his back feet. He's a big nose tackle for the Aptos Mariners. If they can get him to be a little bit tired and easier to push around, that'll open up the run between the tackles quite a bit against this 3-man front.
Glenn with the option, keeps it himself this time. Immediately wrapped up by Felix Valencia. And we have flags coming out of the backfield of the defense.
This is a long thrown flag by the back judge. It's not a flag you normally see thrown. And it's going to be a face mask against Aptos. So he must have seen something all the way from the back there. So this will give the Royals an automatic first down. I think it was just an awkward angle that only the back judge could see there. Even though he's the furthest one away, sometimes that window opens up. And I saw the face mask as well, so I was waiting for that.
15-yard penalty. First down Royals. Via Automotive's motto is our family taking care of your family, and Via Automotive takes it to heart. The Via Automotive family auto body and repair business has both the experience and the equipment to diagnose and repair almost any problem you can think of, and many you can't. Proud supporters of Mission Prep Football.
Well, just like we saw against Bishop Diego, this Royals offense really chewing the clock. They're already under 5 minutes in the first quarter. This is their first drive still.
3:57 on the clock as the clock rolls. Handoff met at the line of scrimmage and stuffed. About a half-yard gain for the Royals as Harrigan is carried that ball. Harrigan slow walking back to the huddle.
Well, as much as you want one guy to do everything, Drew Harrigan's going to be a guy that I think they're going to have a snap count on. Not necessarily a hard one where you're like, you're going to get X number of carries, But it's nice to see the other guys chip in here and there. I expect as this drive goes on, we might see someone like Ronnie Kardashian come in just so they don't exhaust Drew Harrigan in the first quarter.
Ball fumbled. Glenn recovers, gets it to the intended target, Harrigan. And Harrigan gains 2 yards on that one. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line on the left hash mark. And we're playing with college rules on the hash marks.
You know, it's so funny. We were told, oh, yeah, well, they're going to spot the ball wider than that as they play here at Spanos. But that's not been the case. I think it's just too convenient to have those college ruled hash marks. So just pretend it's a Saturday and everything's fine.
I feel like we're in high school when the teachers say no college rule, it has to be wide rule, you know?
Yeah.
But, oh, escape in the pocket, now on the run. Thomas Glenn throws it away. Target in the area. Home fans saying throw the flag, or visiting fans saying throw the flag. But there was a receiver in the area, and that receiver was Vinny Orlando.
Yeah, I'm not sure what flag they want him to throw there. They wanted intentional grounding, but it was an attempt to complete a pass out to the right side. There was an intended receiver. It is pretty clear. The ball was even past the line of scrimmage. Even if there wasn't a receiver there, he's being pursued. Got it past the line of scrimmage. I think he may have been out of the tackle box. That wasn't intentional grounding. That was a fine play there. They're not in punt formation here. It looks like they're going for it.
Going for it on 4th down and 8. Somebody jumped. Who jumped first is the question. Defense or offense? They're going to say it was the offensive line. False start. It's going to be the tight end on the right side.
4th and 12.
4th and 12. Do they bring out the punt unit now, or does coach stay with this?
Well, you have to ask yourself the question when you punt, what are you going to get out of it? You'd really need to have a assured coffin corner punt or some way to ensure that you're getting it within the 10 from this position. If that rolls into the end zone, you're really only gaining about 15 yards of field position. I'm not sure that's worth trading away the end of your drive here. So it's going to need to be an exact punt to make this worth it.
Well, Thomas Glenn being the punter and the quarterback leaves the potential for some trickery. And this punt's off. It's a solid punt.
Oh, that's
beautiful. And it's going to roll inside the 5, down to the 3, possibly even the 2-yard line. And the Royals pin the Aptos Mariners deep in their own territory, down against their own goalpost.
And talk about a punt. This makes it tough because as a power run team, you're now looking, we got to run the dive. We got to run something quick because any of that sweep stuff, we saw how many tackles for loss the Royals had in that first drive. There's not a lot of room for error from Aptos right now.
And Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. When you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, you can count on Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. 1st and 10. Deep in their own territory. Ball officially at the 2-yard line. Handoff up the middle to the big fullback. And brought down at the 5-yard line. Deshaun Gomez with the carry.
Sometimes when you run a option team like Aptos has, you have a few hard calls you can make. That looked like it was one of those of, hey, we're going to run the option play where we're going to have people, look like they're holding on to it, go out to the side, but you're really just going to give it away. There's no read on this play. Just go straight forward, give the dive, but we want to have the motion to show that you're going somewhere else. They're just a straightforward dive, got them a few yards.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The handoff once again up the middle to the fullback. And Gomez with a short gain, pushing out towards the 9-yard line.
Couple runs right up the gut, not risking anything here. I doubt we'll see anything that's going to be a pitch or even maybe a pass. I think they're just going to keep giving it to that fullback right up the middle because they're getting the yards they need, even if it's not the most exciting for the viewer on the outside. It's working.
I want to correct that. That was Ingram with the last carry. Handoff right up the middle, got some room. And that's a good carry out to the 20, getting them away from their own end zone, and that is Ingram with the carry. Lawrence Ingram, the 4th. 205 senior, standing 6 foot tall. That's a big back.
He's a big back, and he used that size there, even though it wasn't necessarily to bowl anyone over. He pointed his shoulders off the tackle and then cut back up after that gap in the center opened up. Got enough to move the chains. That's all that was asked for. This is going to be first down here in a play-action boot down the field.
And that pass falls incomplete. The intended target was Josiah McKenzie, the 6'3" senior wide receiver. That brings up second down and 10 with 34.9 seconds remaining in the opening frame, the Via Automotive first quarter.
There's contact down the field, but it was initiated by the wide receiver, so they kind of let them play after that happens. So even though there is contact going both ways, the offense started it, no flag.
A nice handoff to Gomez on the rollout, and Gomez tied up at the 23-yard line.
Number 5, Deshaun Gomez, the ball carrier, brought down.
And the clock continues to run here in the first quarter as we approach 15 seconds to go.
I like the draw play out of the wing T formation there. Just, you don't see the quarterback roll that often. You're immediately going to try and bail, but Mission Prep played well to their assignments. Nothing going. It's going to be third down.
And time has expired here in the opening frame. We are still scoreless between the Aptos Mariners visiting from the Central Coast section and your Mission Prep Royals. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Royal driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo and presented by California Fresh Market. PSNtv continues.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
As the road you travel changes, so can your insurance needs. Talking with Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White can help you assess whether you're ready for the journey ahead. Call Farmers Agent Jennifer White today at 805-592-1272. That's Jennifer White at 805-592-1272.
Underwritten by Farmers, Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to action here at Cal Poly's Alex G. Spanos Stadium. Beginning of the second quarter. Third down and 5 for the Aptos Mariners on the handoff. Lawrence Ingram carrying it. Stopped at the 24-yard line. And we have a fourth down now.
Well, they aren't close, but with a punter quarterback, you're always going to have that question of, is this fake or are they going for it? They're going to start in formation, but I imagine they're going to bounce back and pooch this.
And they're back, rolling back. Luke Terry ready to receive the kick. Line drive almost into LeCarry's hands. He touches, dives on it at the 45-yard line, saving it after it slips through his fingertips. And it's going to be Mission Prep ball officially at the 46-yard line. They're going to have to drive 54 yards to find the pay dirt.
Much like the Fire Swamp and Princess Bride, there's many dangers of having a quarterback kick the ball. One of them, that ball doesn't fly normally. There you kind of saw a dead dove flying through the air, and Luke Terry wasn't able to quite adjust to catch that. Almost a real bad situation as some Mariners were coming up on him, but smart to jump on the muffed punt and give himself a chance to give the offense a drive here.
Handoff, wide open spaces. There goes Chase Untall looking for the end zone. 54 yards, touchdown, Royals!
Chase Untall just off the left tackle, runs past the defense and gets to the end zone. No one expected him, but he had a clean lane the whole way, and if you're not expecting him, he's not going to knock twice. he shows up anyway. Chase Untall to the end zone.
54 yards, and we have a Royals touchdown. And that Royals touchdown is presented by KD Capital Mortgage. In on the extra point. Oh, extra point blocked. And we have a 6-0 ball game between the Aptos Mariners and your Mission Prep Royals, who lead on a 54-yard touchdown.
Mission Prep 6, Aptos 0.
By Chase Untall here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. We'll be right back.
Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back. Royals lead 6-0 here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. Mustang Memorial Field, presented by French Hospital Medical Center. I just want to say French Hospital Medical Center sounds redundant. Just saying.
It's the name of the hospital. It's a medical center. You know, it does multiple things. It's a doctor and it's a physician.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. And we're probably going to get a whistle to stop this music. There we go. Now we're underway. And here comes the kickoff from the Royals. Second quarter presented by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Gomez trying to return this one out, trying to get out past 30, still on his feet as he's brought back to the 25.
Number 5, Deshaun Gomez, the return man.
And that kickoff and every kickoff presented by Sunset Honda. Check out Sunny 0% APR financing on all new 23 Honda models. Hurry in before it's too late. Sunset Honda.
Mason Taylor coming in and actually finishing off that tackle. It's much like we saw in that first kickoff of the game where a couple of tackles got missed and a lot of yardage got picked up. It's going to be something to keep an eye on every time the Royals kick off, is making sure that that first tackle finishes to the ground. Past couple, the Mariners have gotten extra yardage off of it.
Hurd working under center. Hands off to the back, straight ahead. And a short carry for Ingram the fourth. Bringing up 2nd down and 7 for the Mariners as Hood comes to the sideline.
Ingram inspected there by Ryan Solorio. Came up a little bit not as quickly as he could have. And as a result, I could see them changing out some personnel here and giving him a rest. Ingram's one of those bell cow running backs that they really want to see do a lot of work throughout this game.
A 6-0 lead for the Royals following a 54-yard run by Chase Untall. And Ingram the fourth with a 1-yard carry out to the 30-yard line brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Aptos Mariners. The Mariners have had minor luck on 3rd downs here, already forced to punt twice in this contest.
It's tough. With this one being one of the longer 3rd downs that they've been asked to achieve, I could see them going a little bit off book here and trying something bigger.
Bringing up a 3rd and 6, still in the huddle, taking their time. They may get a warning. Hurry to the line of scrimmage. Hood under center. Spins, misdirection, hands off, and met at the line. What a big stop for the defense of the Royals. Bringing down the back, Phoenix Gigion.
Looked like Gabe Almada and Champ Morrissey getting in on that one. Almada's been very good up front. I've been really impressed by the D-line play so far tonight. Really winning that battle in the trenches that we talked about in the pregame. That was going to be the key, getting those leverage points and really forcing the other team to think twice.
4th and 5. Here comes the 3rd punt of the night over Luke Terry's head. He waves it off, and it's going to roll down to the Royals' 26-yard line while they'll pick up and start this drive. And the second quarter is presented tonight by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. From your car buying experience and financing to your routine maintenance visits and genuine accessory purchases, we are here to support you in your car ownership experience. That is Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Royals taking over here after their last drive was a short one. 54-yard touchdown by Chase Untal. He ensured that the offense wasn't on the field long at all. So we'll see if it's going to be another long strike or if it's a longer clock-chewing drive like the first one of the night.
Handoff to Kardashian out of the backfield. Kardashian spins through the line, gains a couple good yards, and that brings up a 2nd down and 2 for the Mission Prep Royals here in the second quarter. 8:30 on the clock as we approach halftime.
Ronnie Kardashian has been kind of the second running back behind Drew Harrigan. He's got a lot of positive attributes I like. I like his acceleration, his shiftiness. He averages about 4.6 yards per carry. There he gets more than that and brings up a 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 for the Royals. Glenn hands it off to Kardashian once again. And Kardashian tied up at the line. No gain for the Royals. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, a situation that the Royals feel pretty comfortable pushing forward on, especially if they've got Drew Harrigan in the huddle. Looks like he's back there with the running backs right there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them just hand this off like they did earlier in the game with a quick dive play to him.
We appreciate all our Aptos fans tuning in tonight for our broadcast of Mission Prep Football on PSN TV. I'm Brian Stanley, joining you, Stephen Hodges. 3rd and 2 for the Royals, a jump at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the laundry on the field, yellow flags. And we're awaiting the call. It's going to be against the defense. Encroachment, so that's going to be an automatic 1st down. And that Mission Prep 1st down is presented by the Mountain Air. And the Mountain Air is, you check out the Mountain Air for all your outdoor adventure needs in downtown San Luis Obispo since 1975, Stephen. And here comes 1st and 10. Royals with the snap. And no gain as Chase Untal carries the ball once again for the Royals.
And trying to go back to that off-tackle play to Chase Untal. The lanes were set up. He got tackled from the back. If there is one missed tackle on that play, I think we could have seen a replay of what Chase Untal did on the last drive, as the front side blocking very solid on that play.
Tight end lined up on the left side of the line, handoff up the middle, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And Drew Harrigan gains the yardage needed to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And we're now facing a 3rd and 10 for the Royals here at the 39-yard line.
Well, we talked about the 3rd and long situation for the Aptos Mariners and how that was a challenge for them. It's not something that the Royals have faced yet tonight. We haven't seen a 3rd and long, so this might be the first time that they look to go through the air this evening.
So single receiver out to the left side for Glenn. And a reverse ends up in the hands of Terry. And Luke Terry brought down at the 44-yard line. That is a 4th down and 5 for the Royals.
Gain of 5 on the play. 4th
and here comes the punt unit as they switch out personnel. And back to receive for the Mariners is going to be Ryan Solorio. Ryan Solorio. The punt is off. And the bounce. Solorio picks it up at the 21-yard line and quickly hooked and tackled by Damian Howell.
Damian Howell's been solid tackling tonight. When he gets his hands on someone, they're going down. And I think Solorio thought, oh, here comes this big lumbering guy. I can just run past him. Not the case. Howell wraps him up and brings him down for little gain. I think it's maybe about a 7-yard return. Here comes the Mariners offense right now. They might be looking to take this one to halftime even if they don't score. So keep an eye on that clock as we get down here almost under 5 minutes. These offenses have been chewing clock.
Here's the handoff. And the misdirection had me fooled for a second. Deshaun Gomez carrying it right up the middle. I thought it was handed off to the left side.
And Deshaun Gomez, that first guy right there, and they like having the quarterback do something with his hands, even if the ball has been already handed off, and that's exactly why. You play that trick with the eyes. The guy that you might trick might be the one that needs to make the tackle.
And the handoff to Jordan Torres, and Torres pushing forward, and he might have gained enough for the first down, and he does move the sticks. And that's a fresh set of sticks for the Mariners, giving them fresh air here late in the second quarter, Stephen.
It's been interesting watching how the Mariners substitute. They keep on changing out their personnel. They'll go from 2 running backs to 3 running backs. Maybe they'll put a wide receiver back in the running back position. They're moving guys around to try and keep things fresh each drive and change out their personnel one at a time.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. We're facing a 1st and 10 for the Mariners. Pass out to Solario. Solario finds some room. He's trying to get to the 50, and he's brought down at the 48 of the Mariners by Connor Lopez, Royals team captain. And they're going to spot him at the 48. And we got a timeout on the field. Timeout taken by the Royals, their first timeout of the night. And we'll be right back with more Royals football.
Timeout, Mission Prep.
The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
Coming late out of commercial, the Mariners hand it off to the left side. Giglione with the carry, and that was a good carry for Giglione. And getting a first down for the Mariners into Royals territory at the 35-yard line. First and 10 for the Royals, or for the Mariners. Getting a little flustered handoff right up the middle. Torres, he gains another first down for the Mariners before he's tackled and stopped. Jaden Oziel with the stop on defense for the Royals.
Oziel and Luke Terry combining for that open field tackle. Right now, the Mariners trying to pick up the tempo, trying to force the Royals off balance while also, running that clock down.
Coming out was Hood to the left side, trying to get past the numbers. Brought down at the 15, a short gain, bringing up a second down and what should be 7 for Aptos here with 3:40 on the clock. Randy Blankenship still with 3 timeouts on the clock.
Drew Souza with the tackle there. He's been doing a good job on that outside linebacker DN kind of hybrid position, kind of that Nick Bosa spot. So he's keeping that edge and making sure that there's not too much damage once they get to that off that tackle.
Handoff up the middle, and trying to bring the man down, and Deshaun Gomez just won't stop turning those legs. Finally brought down for a short gain. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. 3 minutes to go now until halftime. Third down for the Mariners. Should be a 3rd and about 5.
And Champ Morrissey making initial contact there and driving him backwards as much as he could before the other Royals could come in and help. I really liked seeing Champ Morrissey wrap his arms and keep that contact as long as possible. Even though he ended up slipping off the tackle, it wasn't a wasted effort.
A jump at the line. Immediately, no, he made the mistake Ethan Ferralis.
Encroachment on Mission Prep.
And he immediately knew he made the mistake, and he wants that one back.
Yeah, there's no question when you're right over the ball like that, whether you jumped or not, you're moving, it's staying in the same place. Played nose tackle for a while. It's the most frustrating because you feel like you should be the most dialed in, but you're also trying to get that jump.
Hood hands it off to Jordan Torres.
Number 2, Jordan Torres.
And Torres brought down at the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal for the Mariners. And Coach Blankenship still not using a timeout here as we approach 2 minutes to go.
Well, they're trying to milk this down as far as possible. They know that, you know, the best case scenario, if they keep all of their downs through here, they're still going to have time left on the clock. So no reason for the Mariners to call timeout right now.
2nd and goal, the hard pitch out to Torres. Torres trying to get to the end zone, and he was stopped. Shoestring tackle by the Royals, number 11, Luke Terry.
Just barely keeping it out of the end zone. I tell you what, I don't know if the Mariners had bus legs or something like that, but they're coming back much quicker here as this second quarter has been going on. The Royals got to really defend this end zone, obviously for the points reasons, but it could carry into the second half and keep them going. The Mariners have been looking better as this one goes on.
3rd and goal at the line. Pushing forward is Hood. And the 1-yard carry by the quarterback on the sneak gets the Aptos Mariners into the touchdown on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Just a good old QB sneak. Follow your guard in center and just jump forward. All that was there from Matt Hood. It's not fancy, but it works. Good for 6 points for the Mariners.
Eddie Alvarez out for the extra point. Up and good. And the Aptos Mariners take the lead 7-6 here in the second quarter with 1:11 remaining in the half. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
Steven, welcome back to our broadcast from Alex G. Spanos Stadium. I'm Brian Stanley. Like I said, Stephen Hodges is with me.
Hodges, yep.
And we have a score of 7-6. Royals relinquished the lead with 1:11 left on the clock in the second quarter to the Aptos Mariners on a quarterback sneak up the middle.
Well, that whole drive, the Mariners kept good tempo, moved the ball with direction and motivation. They did a great job. That's how that offense is supposed to look. They just kept the ball moving, went off tackle, between the tackles, tested every part of the defense, and then finally finished it off with that 1-yard run. The Mariners coming into form as this first half finishes out. The Royals going to get the ball back with a little bit of time left. They're going to have to play with a little bit of tempo if they want to try and keep that lead that they had just moments ago.
And we're getting ready for kickoff. The ball falls off the tee as they reset it for Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez in to boot this one away. The senior standing 5'7". As they're a little confused on the lineup here. Getting players on the right side. Hands up on the pads. And the kickoff. Boot to leather. And Luke Terry takes this one. He's out to the left side. He's got some room in front of him. Chased out of bounds by Giglione. Phoenix Giglione chasing Luke Terry out at the at the Aptos Mariners 49-yard line. A good return for Luke Terry.
What a display of the speed and agility that Luke Terry has. Just found a little gap that was there momentarily, wasn't even there the entire time of the return, and blows through it and gets a huge gain. This could be a game-defining type of situation where that field position can really set the tone for this drive and make some big things happen for the Royals, but they have to capitalize here.
Royals in the spread offense, 2 receivers to each side, shotgun snap. Deep pass, near side. And looking for the flag is Nozil.
Nozil going to say that he was held by at the line of scrimmage by Jordan Torres. That's a hard argument to make for the wide receiver. They are, you're expected to get past that contact. The defensive back can make contact close to the line. He's supposed to let go. It doesn't always happen. So Nozil might have a case, but it's a tough flag for the referee to throw when it's that early in the play.
Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Shotgun snap for Glenn. Fires down the line. That pass incomplete through the hands of Chase Untall. And Steven, I want to say that tonight we officially got the blessing of a Central Coast legend.
Really?
He's watching from Hawaii currently on vacation.
Okay.
His name is Kevin Roos.
Oh, hey.
And Steven, I'll let you do the kind words of reading his chat.
I'll read it here in a second. I'm trying to keep an eye on this game, but it's good to hear from Kevin. I saw him, obviously, Central Coast legend. He was at the Poly game last week. Didn't get a chance to say hi. So, hey, Kevin, good to see you. Sorry I didn't see you last week.
And we're on the snap. Deep pass over the middle. And that is intercepted, picked off. And that's going to be Mission Prep, or Mariners ball on the interception from Thomas Glenn with 51.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
And that's an unfortunate interception at this point in the game. You talk about the middle six. It's a time that coaches really want to win. The last 3 minutes of the first half, the first 3 minutes of the second half. But if that was an incomplete pass, well, the next thing that would have happened probably would have been a punt. Punt ends up around the 10-yard line. You're feeling pretty all right about it. So it's not great to have an interception, but there's worse interceptions to give up than the one that we just saw, which was a tumbling, bumbling one at that. It is a really lucky one for the Mariners. A lot of skill on display there.
51.7 seconds following the interception. The handoff out to the right side. Out, catching some room. And quickly brought down after the first down is going to be Giglione, Phoenix Giglione with a big gain. And that is not somebody I had on my depth chart for picking up some yardage tonight. It was Giglione.
And that's kind of the mentality of the Mariners. They go with that next man up type of idea. Clearly one of the running backs injured, and they're mixing it up.
Flag at the line of scrimmage coming out of the backfield of both the defense and the offense. False start on the offense. And that's going to bring up a 1st and 15 for the Mariners as the student section of the Royals chant, "You can't do that."
Of course, the Mariners backing up here. They're trying to balance, hey, we want to keep the ball, don't have any big plays here, as we talked about that middle six idea, but also they're going to keep taking swings as they get a chance down here late. And Aptos actually taking a timeout here. They're conserving a little bit of clock.
And with that timeout, I'll just go ahead and read Kevin Roos's message. I'm sure those in the chat can see it. Watching from the big island of Hawaii right now. I'll be back next week for Friday football. Friday football focus. I want to make sure I read that right. And that is on News Channel 3, News Channel 12. And keep up the work. Keep up the great coverage, guys. I'm adding words, but it says keep up the great coverage, guys. So I feel like we got his blessing.
Local football is better with the Rooster around. Great to hear from you, Kevin. Hope you're enjoying the big island. Been hearing there's cheap flights out to Hawaii right now, so if that's something you're looking for, I know Hawaii's been trying to get people out on the islands, especially after the situation on Maui has impacted tourism. So if you got some vacation time you're trying to burn before the end of the year, might not be a bad time right now.
I'm in the middle of the broadcast season, Steven. I can't go to Hawaii.
Neither can I. Oh, believe me.
Handoff up the middle to Jordan Torres. And Jordan Torres claims about 5 yards on that carry. And another whistle, another timeout coming by Randy Blankenship and the Mariners. So this time we'll take the timeout with them. We'll be right back with more Mission Prep football.
Bring up 2nd and 10.
We take this Mission Prep break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Geno's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Geno's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create a party ambiance anywhere, anytime comfort foods. Get down to Geno's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell
Sorry, it's Geno Pizza. We got action on the field. The pass from Hood completed out to Solario. And that brings up a first down, moving the sticks. Clock stops at 5:01. We'll make up that commercial to Geno's Pizza. We appreciate them jumping on board with us. Gotta love Geno's Pizza. I love Geno's Pizza.
Geno's Pizza, wonderful sponsor, right? Great location, too, close to Pauley's campus. Of course, not after game days, though. There you go to Milestone Tavern for your post-game
parties, festivities.
Yeah, there you go. As going to be the last timeout charged to the Mariners here. They really want to make something happen here, burning all three of their timeouts with less than a few seconds left. That's an impressive ending.
Yeah, they don't want to leave anything out on that field. We can't take them with us into the second half, so let's go ahead and burn that last time out.
Well, yeah, you don't want to make mistakes here late in the game. I'm not sure if he's hoping to break something off here. It's not, again, we keep talking about the type of offense they're running. It's not one that I'm expecting them to air it out for 61 yards for a touchdown. I think they're just going to keep trying to more outside plays, get to where the defense is thinner, and hope that one or two tackles miss and get to the end zone. It's certainly an aggressive take to burn all your timeouts at the end. You always say you can't take them with you, but it's also, well, you're having your players play an extra play that could go, backfire, especially when you're in your own territory. So I'm not sure what the plan there was for Aptos, but certainly make it for an interesting game for us.
Two receivers to his left, one to his right. He rolls out. That's Hood. Hood pass complete. The pitch, the hook and ladder. And that's no good as Josiah McKenzie gets it to Ryan Solario. And that's how we end our first half, with the hook and ladder.
Oh, he talked about a memorable end. Josiah McKenzie took a shot as he got the hook and ladder off. He's going to remember that. And this has been a memorable first half. It's only 7-6, but some real good back and forth action between the two teams. I'm really intrigued to see how this is going to go and finish out. This has been a good one.
This has been a good one so far, and it's quite a different outcome than last year's contest. And it's been the theme of this season for the Royals, playing a tight contest all season long between their games. And if you look at their points for and points against, Steven, it's 22-19, so a 3-point span for the Royals through two games. And as the cheerleaders meet at center field, we're going to go ahead and take our timeout and be back with you to break down the breakup of the first half, I guess we'll say that. Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo, who is also our second quarter sponsor.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Park Way off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you. Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no fifth quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer.
We'll never leave you either, especially not in summer. Hi, this is John Villa, and that's my son Tom singing. The average age of the car on the road today is at least 12 years old. The older the car, the more TLC it requires, especially during summer. So now's the time to come in for a free battery and alternator check at Via Automotive. The summer heat can be brutal on your car's electrical system, so let us make sure everything is working right. If you do need service, remember that our technicians are iCar and ASC certified, which means they know your car from bumper to bumper.
No, never
At Via Automotive, we'll never leave you, whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall, and that's a promise. Look us up online at via-automotive.com or call 781-3925. Via Auto Body and Automotive. Let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country. Book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn. We take this Mission Prep break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Gino's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Gino's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create-a-party ambiance anywhere, anytime, comfort foods. Get down to Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell them the Royals sent you. At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals. Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. We're at halftime. I need to update our scoreboard because it still says we're in the second quarter. And Thomas, I don't think we are we? Well, he says no, we're not. And my mouse is like broken here. Look at this. Like, what did I do? I'm over here playing with my computer, talking to people like they care what I'm doing with my laptop. So we're back here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. Our score is 7-6. The Aptos Mariners. That scared me, Steven. You dropped
Good. Keeping you on your toes.
Dropping your water on the table. We are 7-6. Our score. Aptos Mariners lead, following a late score in the second quarter on a 1-yard run by quarterback Matt Hood. Steven over here pressing buttons and scaring me again.
I didn't touch anything that time. That was a ghost.
Okay. So we're back here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. I keep getting thrown off here.
Yeah.
Our score 7-6. Royals got on the board first, following a wide open run by Chase Untal. Nothing but green pastures in front of him. No pun intended here at the Mustangs Memorial Field. You get it, green pastures, Mustangs.
I mean, yeah.
I'm clever tonight.
Because the field's green, right? That's what we're talking about?
Yeah, green pastures. And Mustangs eat grass. So 6-0 our score. The extra point was no good. It was blocked.
Well, you know how to tell if a horse is a real Cal Poly Mustang, right?
No.
It's outstanding in its field.
Oh, good job. I'm glad I got a laugh tonight. And then on the missed extra point, that was 11:03 in the second quarter. And then quarterback Matt Hood for the Mariners punched it in from 1 yard out, 7-6 our score. Steven, break it down for us.
So, I think you did a pretty good job breaking it down. Right now, this has been a pretty ball control, heavy, old-fashioned type of game. Not going to have too many drives between these two teams. I think we're standing at somewhere around 4 drives apiece and got 1 score each for a full half. That's really something. I mean, that's not a lot of possession between the two teams. So it's really going to come down to who can execute the best on the possessions they have. The Aptos Mariners got better as that first half went on. They might have a little bit of rest versus rust kind of going on at this halftime. We'll see how they come out to respond. But it's going to be on the Mission Prep Royals to see how they come out and play their best game. As they looked pretty strong when they had the ball. They had drives where they chewed a lot of clock. They had drives where it was one and done. You talked about the 59 or 54-yard run by Untal. That is a big deal for the Royals early, and that has been their lone score, was that long pop-off single-play drive. So they're going to have to make some other types of scores happen, really get Drew Harrigan going potentially. If he's able to find some room, we've seen what the Royals can do behind him. He's their leading rusher, and this has been a run-heavy game. So meanwhile, before we get back to the game from halftime, we've just got a few minutes left. We'll take a look out of town, see what's going on beyond the confines of Mustang Memorial Field. First, a look back. Bishop Diego, who Mission Prep beat earlier, currently playing one of the top teams in the Central section, in Central out of Fresno. Currently, the Cardinals lead that one 14-7. If that score holds, that would be quite the result for the Royals. That could boost them up quite a bit in that postseason seeding that we always see at the end of the year. Of course, you're boundaried on how high you can go up now, so we won't see the Royals in D2 like we've seen in the years past, but it could mean the difference between hosting or going on the road in the first round. Moving more locally, Santa Maria playing San Ynez in cross-division action. They're currently at halftime. Santa Ynez leads 21-17. Last week, Santa Ynez fell to Morro Bay, so that's a big game for Santa Ynez to get back right again before they enter league action. Their first league game going to be the same as the Royals. They're playing each other here next Thursday. Once again, next week's going to be a Thursday game for the Royals. They will be here at Spanos Stadium Thursday because of WOW Week next week, as all of the students coming back to Poly this next couple weeks. Moving on to more local action, Everett Alvarez out of Salinas playing Atascadero. 22-28 the score there at halftime. Greyhounds in front. Greyhounds, the Ocean League favorites here locally. They've been doing quite well recently. They beat their rival Paso Robles last week. The first time since 2015, if I'm remembering that off the noggin real quick. Templeton hosting Fireball currently lead them 28-0. They've started action in the second half. Templeton out big against the smaller community team of Fireball, home of Josh Allen, believe it or not. Dos Palos, a team that played 3 Central Coast teams last year, Atascadero, Morro Bay, and Pioneer Valley, currently trail Pioneer Valley 21-10. Pioneer Valley on the road for that one. Morro Bay playing Fresno High School. Well, the oldest, but not necessarily the most successful recently. Morro Bay currently up 9-0 over Fresno. San Luis Obispo playing North Bakersfield. They currently lead 24-14. That's all I got as far as out-of-town scores there, Brian. So it's going to be an interesting game next week, depending on if San Ynez is able to hold on to that lead against the Saints. When you talk cross-league action, sometimes it's very accurate. Last year, the only cross-league victories were really against Napomo and Rigetti. So it made a kind of clear picture where, yes, the Mountain League teams were the top teams, Ocean League teams kind of the lower league as it's designed to be. They're the less competitive teams. They're designed to be competitive with one another, not necessarily cross-league. But this year, a lot of cross-league wins for the Ocean League over the Mountain League. You talk Atascadero over Paso Robles. You're talking Morro Bay over San Ynez, some wins that no one saw coming. It's made a very exciting league season coming up here for the end of the year. It's going to be a situation where if Paso comes out and really wows people come league play, that could mean Atascadero might be the best team on the Central Coast, even though they didn't really play any Mountain League teams outside of Paso. You get that transitive victory situation, which I'm hot and cold about. But I got to say, with next week's starting league, Mountain League favorites still got to be St. Joe. They've only lost a single Mountain League game since the Mountain League was introduced 5 years ago. So they're going to be looking to defend that. Their only loss came against Paso 21-17. I think it was 4 years ago. 2019 was that game, if I remember right. So St. Joe has a lot to play up to. Carter Vargas, a major part of that. He had 6 touchdowns last week as they went to Newberry Park. They're going to be a formidable foe through league play. Mission Prep, of course, last year was second place. They're going to be looking to try and bring home their first Mountain League title, and we'll be with them for that whole ride.
And Steven, we have a question from Steven Graff. Does Gino Pizza deliver to Aptos?
I think if you pay the delivery fees, they'll go wherever you want.
Might be a little cold by the time you get there.
I've been surprised by insulated bag technology. It's gotten better as time has gone on. They've really made some advances in that insulated bag thing. I'm not sure if Gino's is on the highest level of that technology, but they'll probably find a way to get it to you.
Well, maybe Gino's can borrow one of those Domino's pizza warming cars.
Oh yeah, the electric cars with the pizza in the back.
Yeah,
we don't got those here.
Yeah, well, maybe they can borrow one and make a special trip up there to get Steven his pizza from Gino's Pizza, as he wants to support our sponsors who are presenting his team, and I appreciate that.
As we all should. Go support our sponsors. They're great people.
They are, and we selectively choose them because we want only the best to represent the Mission Prep Royal family, and we only want to represent the best as we represent the Mission Prep Royal family.
That's right. I do appreciate all the Mariners fans tuning in. We really enjoyed our time in Aptos last year. Really hospitable group up there. If you've never been up to Aptos High School, you're missing out. There's some great people. We always cheer for you guys when we're done playing you because never had a bad experience with you. Granted, This is the second time, so let's not sour that.
Yeah, we always find it whenever we go to a stadium or a visiting venue and we get nothing but wrong receptions, we automatically become a fan of that team, and we chalk them up. If we're not playing you, we're rooting for you.
Yeah, it's one of the things I really like about the way the Central Section has the playoffs. It's both regional in the fact that you're playing other Central Section teams, but it's also based on competition. So a lot of the teams get scattered to the wind. It's very unlikely that Mission's going to be playing a lot of local teams. Granted, last year they did play Aurora Grande, but it makes it very easy to cheer for one another, as opposed to when we were growing up, where all the teams were lumped into either Division 4 or Division 10 Southern Section. So the odds that you play each other real high, and that's why there are so many games played right here in Spanos for playoff games, because Well, it's more likely that teams like SLO and AG were going to play each other. Cabrillo, Lompoc played one another, not in this in this stadium, but Lompoc played AG. Paso played teams here. I mean, it's a former playoff-only stadium for high schools, but it's not as common because once competitive equity became a thing, everyone's kind of scattered between divisions and makes it easier to cheer for one another once league play is finished up.
The benefit the Royals do have in the second half is they do receive the ball to get things going after a rough finish to the first half, allowing a touchdown with 1:11 to go, and then Thomas Glenn throwing an interception to end the Royals' last drive of the quarter. And here we are for kickoff. Royals set to receive. Jaden Ozil and Luke Terry back there. Luke Terry's going to pick this one up at the 17-yard line. Cuts back across the field. Got some blocks. Jaden Ozil in front of him. He's got some room. He's across the 30, 35, 40. Trying to get across to the 50. Out at the 44-yard line.
11, Luke Terry, the return man.
And that is going to be a Royals first down to start the third quarter. And we're back underway. Royals 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
I hope everyone got all their snacks back from halftime. Kickoffs have been the play to watch in this game. Both teams getting a lot of room to run that ball on the kickoff return, and big plays have been happening there. Luke Terry getting it around midfield once again. Last time he returned it, he got all the way into Mariners territory at the 49. Here, just short on his own 44, but what a return, crossing the entire field to make it happen.
Single receiver to each side for the quarterback, Thomas Glenn. Hands off to the back, Drew Harrigan. Drew Harrigan spinning forward with those wheels of steel. The big freight train, 5-yard pickup.
Drew Harrigan pushing forward, getting it near midfield. He's one of those guys we talked about at halftime that's got to get this game going. He's that lead back, has a 100-yard game already under his belt. If he can get another 100-yard game here tonight, though he hasn't seen the ball quite as much, it'd mean a lot to this Royals offense that while it's been moving, it hasn't quite found pay dirt, and they haven't had a lot of drives either, but that's been by design.
Hand off to Harrigan once again. The freight train pushing forward. He's got enough for the first down out across the 50 to the 44-yard line of the Mariners. And that is a Mountain Air first down, located in downtown San Luis Obispo since 1975, helping you with all your outdoor needs from the novice to the experienced.
Case Christensen pulling from the right position as a guard all the way across to open that up, got a chip block on the end, and then got to the second level to open up a first down opportunity for Drew Harrigan. Good job by the blocking lineman there.
Under center, takes the snap. Once again, hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan spins forward, quickly met at the line of, past the line of scrimmage, out to the 41-yard line. And Andrew Silva in on the tackle for the Mariners.
Nice little trap play there. The front side of the play all went to the second level, and then a pulling guard, which is, again, Case Christensen, coming across to take out the lineman that penetrated through. Got a good push up front. Just didn't get the yardage that they expected out of it, as everything was blocked well. Because sometimes you get one or two guys leaking through with their arms, and that's what happened.
Hand off to the back, taken down in the backfield. A 3-yard loss and a big stop by, I don't have that number on my roster, Steven. Number 58 with the stop.
Yeah, it must have been an adjustment. There was some transportation issues, so someone may have forgotten pads somewhere. When you don't have everyone on, the same page as far as transporting to the game goes, sometimes things get changed around. But he penetrated straight through the line and got a contact back behind and forced a tackle for loss. It's going to be a 3rd and 10.
A 3rd and 10 for the Royals. 9:28 on the clock running here in the third quarter. And Thomas Glenn rolling out after the fake. Deep pass incomplete. Intended and target was Mason Taylor, the junior wide receiver. Could not get his hands on it down at the 12-yard line.
I tell it was a good play action because the entire sideline was erupting, trying to make sure that the defense knew there was a whole bite forward. Everything was operating well. just the pass a little bit off target. And we talked about in the past of, pass plays are really hard because the things that matter most aren't always the delivery of the ball, but that's what everyone ends up seeing. It is a well-run play. It is just a little bit off where it mattered most.
Punt unit out for the Royals. This is a good punt off. Royals already had one inside the 5. And this one's going to drop inside the 10. Down to the 6-yard line, inside the 6. Another good punt for the Royals. And that punt team is coming up strong for the Royals tonight.
Anytime you're talking about punts that are not just inside the 20 but inside the 10, you're doing really well. This is really giving the defense the best chance to come out and fight. This Aptos team has been fantastic on offense at this end of that second quarter. So defense might need more of that yardage than they want to admit. They've got to be aggressive here and reset that tone because Aptos is moving the ball quite well at the end of the first half. And it's up to the defense to dictate the play. You're on the field too. You get to make those choices.
Hood steps under center. Hands off to the back. And going right up the line, Lawrence Ingram the 4th. With a short gain for the Mariners. Brings up 2nd down and a long 7 for Aptos.
The choreography it takes to get those types of handoffs off where you're faking a handoff one way and then dropping it back the other is really underrated. It's very tough for running backs and quarterbacks to get that down.
Hood hands it off to the back, coming across in motion. And Derek Morin coming up short of the first down marker before he's brought down. Clock continued to run, not pushed out of bounds. 8:20 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 for the Mariners.
Chip Morrissey and Carter Moreau coming together for that tackle. Moreau had a chance to kind of strip that out. It's got to be something that Derek Morin has to be careful about, is that ball was moving around to get him out thanks to Moreau's efforts.
4 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Hand off to Torres. Jordan Torres trying to find some room for that first down. And the defense with the stop. And we're going to see our first punt of the night, possibly for the Aptos Mariners, as they face 4th down deep in their own territory. Not a place you want to play with short yardage.
Lucas Elmerick on that tackle. I got to tell you, the outside boundaries of this defense have been really good for the Royals tonight. They've been making sure those big play attempts don't happen. This time bringing up a 4th down.
The kick is off. Luke Terry waits for the fair catch at the 45-yard line. It's going to be a long drive, a short long drive, shall we say, as the Royals are already into Aptos territory. Ball spotted at the 44 officially. And as I said last time, hopefully we can rub off 44 yards to pay dirt. Last time I said that, we at 54 yards.
I'm not going to try and get that black magic going, but I'll tell you, this really shows off how important the third phase of the game is. Everyone talks about offense and defense as the main phases. Well, here's special teams making a huge difference. The big punt for the Royals, giving them the ball back in the Mariners' territory, thanks to a good stand by the defense. But it all started with a wonderful punt that got them to this position.
The punt down to the 6. Royals now with the ball. Harrigan with the handoff right up the middle. And if it wasn't running up the back of his own lineman, I think he would have had that first down. But the clog up the middle brought Drew Harrigan down at the 37-yard line.
And Harrigan just pushing forward. We've seen the power of his legs, his ability to just move a pile with them. There, just some dark blue jerseys in with the white jerseys, unfortunately, and couldn't quite get going as fast as he wanted. But that showed you the power that Drew Harrigan has as a running back.
Our score 7-6. We're in the third quarter, 6:38 to go. Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And we have a whistle on the field. Timeout taken by Mission Prep. David Schuster wants to talk this over with his squad on a 2nd down and short. We'll be right back with more Mission Prep Football.
It's time for an MPG upgrade at Sunset Honda.
Save big with Sunny's end of summer deals at Sunset Honda. Like 3.29% financing for 60 months on select pre-owned Hondas.
Or take advantage of $1,250 in Honda loyalty on every new Ridgeline and get 2 years of free scheduled maintenance with any new 23 Honda.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Trade in your gas guzzler today and get 1,000 over Kelly Blue Book from the start.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
Mission Prep Football on PSN TV, presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. I'm Brian Stanley. Coming up at the end of our game is our player of the game announcement, presented by Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White. Stay tuned for that. Steve and I will talk things over, come up with a final tally, and bring you that information after our game in our post-game show. Second and short, the pitch out to Drew Harrigan from Thomas Glenn. Harrigan's on the roll. He's looking for the end zone. Into the 10, the 5, making the dive. Touchdown, Royals!
It's been the big plays for the Royals tonight. First 54 yards from Chase Untal, now 37 yards from Drew Harrigan. And normally you talk power run, oh, we're going to get down inside the 20 and then think about it then. Nah, Drew Harrigan's thinking about the touchdown each time he gets the ball in his hands. On display right there. A clear running lane to the outside as two Mariners committed to the run option that was presented by Thomas Glenn. Drew Harrigan gets the ball in his hands and takes off. What a play.
37-yard rushing touchdown from number 21, Drew Harrigan.
37 yards, 37, my lucky number. We're in business tonight. And we're going for 2 here. Going for a touchdown lead. Pass into the corner. Trying to get the lob into the corner. No good. And our score is 12-7.
Glenn's pass is incomplete. Number 1.
On the incomplete pass. So far we have a failed extra point with a blocked kick. And now an incomplete pass on a 2-point conversion, Steven. And that touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located in beautiful Paso Robles, helping you with all your mortgage needs when you're looking for your next property. Check out KD Capital Mortgage.
Well, you know, just because two things are the same doesn't mean that they do the same thing. 2 missed PATs, but this time the Royals will only lead by 5 rather than by 6. So suddenly it's a little bit different. And if Aptos gets the ball and they score a touchdown, well, they immediately get the lead, or 2 field goals. It makes the math a little bit different. If Aptos scores now, they're probably going to go for 2, try and get that full field goal lead. So the math changes now. That's a 5-point game. You don't see it all that often in football, but it's here tonight, and it could make for some interesting situations down the line.
And our score 12-7, 6:16 on the clock. Royals getting ready to kick off. And that kickoff is sailing away. Botched. Royals come up with it. That is a Royals ball. Holy schmokeroonies.
Wow. What a turn of events. We talk about bad bounces, that kind of stuff. A bad bounce is only good for your team if you act on it. It happened a lot against Bishop Diego. We're getting a little bit of that Royals luck again, but making the luck happen, reacting to the ball, bouncing off the face mask, and jumping on it was Ronnie Kardashian. What a play and a change of events for the Royals.
And that kickoff was written by Sunset Honda. Check out Sunny 0% APR financing, all new 23 Honda models. Hurry in before it's too late. First and 10 from the Royals, 6:13 on the clock. 33-yard line, Ronnie Kardashian with the recovery on that botched recovery. Return, and Drew Harrigan with a carry right up the middle, gaining some yardage. And sometimes you just want to chip away at the yardage to get you closer to the end zone. Burning the clock, and we see the Royals do that well this season so far on working the clock.
I love the single back balanced look right now. When you balance out the tight ends, you've got one running back. It really allows the offensive coordinator to pick where he wants to put the ball. Pitch right there. Drew Harrigan got a big gain off of a simple play.
Thomas Glenn hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan out to the left side, turns the corner, and got some room in front of him, and that's a touchdown, Royals. Royals into the end zone on a Drew Harrigan carry. And the ball spotted from the 28. A 28-yard carry for Drew Harrigan. Back-to-back possessions.
Drew Harrigan once again getting out free for another big touchdown from outside of the red zone. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here. I'm not sure what the little chart that the coaches all carry say, but this is going to be an interesting call. They tried to throw a corner pass the last time. See what they have dialed up now as they're trying to make the score a little bit more friendly and amenable to go for this here. It's an 11-point lead. Can either be 13 or 11 points after this.
Thomas Glenn working from the shotgun. Going to keep it himself right up the middle, and he gets stuffed at the line, not being able to get in. Stopped at the 1-yard line. Our score is going to be 18-7. And on back-to-back possessions for the Mission Prep Royals, Drew Harrigan punches it in for the touchdown.
Long touchdowns. It's not typically how you draw it up, but you're going to take it however you get it. When Drew Harrigan's been finding that room specifically off the left side, that left tackle, I'll have to see who that is tonight because he's been winning his battles quite a bit, and it has been paying dividends. First Chase Untall, and now Drew Harrigan twice off that left tackle into the end zone from more than 30 yards out. What a set of plays for the Royals, striking from range using their power run game.
So back-to-back drives, a total of 79 yards of offense.
Incredible. 79 yards of offense that are ending in touchdowns. That's Clemson. I mean, you don't always get that those points off of those long, possessions. When you get that yardage, it's all about finishing. The Royals have now finished on back-to-back drives. Aptos, they've got to find a way to mentally check back into this game. You look at some of the players, they're looking a little deflated. This might be where you start to see that quicksand scenario. Aptos has got to focus up if they want to stay in this one.
Our score, 18-7. That touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage. And this kickoff presented by Sunset Honda. Get over to Sunset Honda. Experience happy Honda days with sunny 0% APR. And this return up the near sideline. Bouncing off his own player is Derek Morin. And Morin taken down by taken down by Cash Trevisan, the kicker, on that one.
And that's the type of play that gets Aptos right back in this. This is why special teams is, it's a contentious thing because it's a high danger type play, but these are also the big swing type plays. That's the type of energy that they want to see. When Morin was taken to the ground, he immediately popped back up and jumped back with his team to get them back going. Morin really trying to get the energy back into this sideline and get the Mariners back going. The Royals, well, they've been pretty good recently. They've had a couple stops, and those have turned into a couple touchdowns. And I think there's going to be a warning about the music, as it's going to be the referee walking all the way to the sideline to have a discussion with Coach Schuster. And the only thing I can imagine this is about the music continuing after the huddle has broken based on when the whistle's happening.
Yeah, no more music is good for me. It's been a little loud in here tonight. And the white hat stopping the music.
It's interesting. Ryan Solorio just hanging out outside of the huddle. Here's the solo wide receiver.
Hood rolls out, staying in the pocket. Pressure coming. Escapes 2 tackles. And Hood still on his feet. And Steven, I don't know if you could hear that next door, but somebody wasn't happy.
Nah, and they shouldn't be happy. When you have a chance for a sack like that, you want to finish it out. This is what we saw in the JV game. The Aptos Mariners won the JV game 42-12, if I remember correctly. And it was because of missed tackles. We're starting to see those missed tackles happen now for the Royals again, but in the varsity game.
And Torres with it right up the middle. One man to beat, and that was Luke Terry. And he kept going and finally chased down by Xavier Wiseman.
What a save by Wiseman, chasing him down from behind. That was a sure touchdown. Wiseman kicked it into that high gear and made the stop happen. We said it at the end of the first half. We're seeing it here in the second half. This is what Aptos' offense looks like when it's running well. They force missed tackles. They are confusing to watch, and they can just absolutely run up the field with prejudice. What a run there by the quarterback.
Hood under center, man in motion, hands off to the man. Trying to get a block on the outside, turn in the corner, and shut down before turning the corner into the end zone was Derek Marin, and in on the stop was Carter Marua.
Marin's been making the big plays happen. He had that kickoff return that started this drive and came up fired up. Here they give him the quick sweep option, and he almost gets into the end zone here. Last time Aptos was on the 1 yard line, it was just a QB sneak by Hood. We'll see if they dial up that Big 12 again.
Up the middle it goes. And that's a touchdown Mariners here in the third quarter. 4:19. A 4-yard touchdown for the quarterback.
Hood has been unstoppable on that QB sneak. When he needs that 1 yard, he'll push forward and get it. You've heard it a lot with the Philadelphia Eagles, the quarterback sneak becoming fashionable again. The Eagles calling it the cheek-to-cheek sneak as they push the guards together with the center and just drive forward with people behind pushing. Aptos going to go for 2 here. As I told you, it's going to be one of those situations where the coaches are going to pull out the cards and see what the best call is. They're down by 5. They get it here. It's going to be a field goal game.
Updating the scoreboard on our screen. Hood keeping it. And Hood into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And it is a 3-point game with our score 15-18. Mission Prep does lead here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium on Mustang Memorial Field. And Steven, what do the Royals have to do now to contain Aptos to pull out the win here and go home happy?
Well, this is just like one of those classic boxing matches from, the 50s and 60s. It's going to be a long game. There's a lot of chances for the mentality to fluctuate. When Aptos got that kickoff return, saw a lot of guys kind of kicking the dirt, hands on their hips, not really clued in. Now Aptos is the one fired up. Mission Prep's got to find the way to get the fire in their belly. The challenge is to be the one that carries that fire the furthest. You've got to be able to carry that positive mentality as far as you can take it and keep those downturns to a minimum. Right now, Mission Prep finds themselves in one of those downturns. They've got to find the way to get the momentum back in their sails, get the ball moving again. Last couple times they've had it, they've been dominant, going off the left tackle for long scores. Last 2 drives were long scores by Drew Harrigan. First score of the game was a long score off the left tackle by Chase Untall. So I expect them to go back to that game, find where they've been winning those battles, maybe getting back into that single back set that's balanced so they can decide where that fight's going to happen and follow where the O-line's beating the D-line rather than trying to force something such as, a long pass, something like that. So part of that, the underlying current, that's always the unspoken part. Can't have bad penalties right now. Can't have those mental mistakes that we saw in week 1 because, well, it is week 1. Got to make sure you're not taking holding or negative, negative play type situations like bad, dealing with some technical issues such as bad quarterback exchanges or exchanges in the backfield. So really just playing well fundamentally and hoping that the process takes you to the end zone like it has the past couple times.
And after the exchange of the ball, Alvarez with a boot on the leather, and that one pushes Terry back into the end zone, and he's bringing this one out to the 15, trying to get back out to the 20.
Number 11, Luke Terry, the return man.
Luke Terry returning that one. And it's arguable that, he could have let it go into the end zone, would have had better field position. But with the risks that the kickoff return has kind of been the benefactor of, big plays with a lot of speed, Luke Terry probably right to take that one out. There's been a lot of big plays that have given Mission Prep great field position. This is going to be some of the worst field position Mission Prep's had tonight. But we've seen them strike from quite a ways out. Just means you got to go a little further I think if they get the running room that they've had recently, they're not going to complain if they've got to run another 10 yards as opposed to the 30 yards that they've been doing so far.
1st and 10 from the Royals from the 18-yard line, 19-yard line that is. Handoff out of the backfield to Harrigan. Harrigan pushing forward, churning those choo-choo wheels. And getting out to the 26-yard line that is, short of the first down.
Gavin McDonald in on that tackle, and he made the mistake of planting his feet for the tackle. They always try and tell you to have a little bit of a bias, get your shoulders over your knees. There he caught Drew Harrigan rather than running into him. That allowed Drew Harrigan to use his momentum that he had built up to dive forward. Everything other than that, McDonald did right, but you've got to push into the tackle, otherwise you'll get dragged just like that.
Hand off to Kardashian this time. Kardashian trying not to get the ball ripped out of his paws.
Brought down by number 6, Damian Suchil.
Kardashian going off that left side again. We've talked about how that's been the more successful side for the Royals. This will be successful enough for a first down, but I've been seeing some adjustments from the Mariners. They're covering that side a little bit more, moving out towards that tight end. I don't see that play being as available. The Mariners making smart adjustments on defense to ensure that they're not getting got the same way twice. It's okay to make a mistake. You just don't want to get caught in it over and over again.
1st and 10 on the Mountaineer first down here. Kardashian with the handoff from Thomas Glenn, and that's going to be another Mountaineer first down, moving the sticks.
He was one Mariner away from getting all the way away there as Jordan Torres made the tackle. Torres has got a lot of speed, covers a lot of room as a defender, is great on offense as well, but Kardashian's still able to get enough room to move those chains again. And you see why Coach Schuster is so comfortable using both Drew Harrigan and Ronnie Kardashian back there as the true tailback. As Ronnie Kardashian again goes off the left tackle, pushes forward for a little bit, not as much as he had on the last carry though. Only a couple yards there, caught up by a Mariner right near the line of scrimmage. Forced to go laterally on a north-south type play, forcing Ronnie Kardashian to not get much at all as they kept contained, the Mariners did. Some substitutions going on for Aptos right now, entering the game for the Mariners. Going to be Andrew Silva. Thomas Glenn bringing the call back to the huddle.
Steven, I appreciate you taking over as I'm having some laptop issues here.
Quite all right.
I'm not sure exactly what my laptop is trying to do, but it's not doing what I'm asking it to do.
Yeah, balanced pistol formation for the Royals. It's going to be Glenn dropping back, firing. This one a little bit high over the high of the intended Royal.
Glenn's pass incomplete. Chase Untall.
Okay,
this one intended for Untall.
Okay, Untall, the intended target. I think we've got the laptop stopping to freak out here. That was I was worried we were going to lose the broadcast because the laptop was freaking out. So.
Asher Norman coming on for the Mariners. I think they're expecting a pass situation here. We just saw the Royals switch from a single back under center type look to a full pistol look. So they might be right in that suspicion.
So we're facing a 3rd and 10 for the Royals. We're in the third quarter, 1:53 on the clock. And a whistle.
Delay game against the Royals here. It took a little bit too long to get that one set up. I'm not sure why. It was a unique look for the Royals. They're using an unbalanced line. They had both a tight end and a flanker to the right side, with a wide receiver on that side as well. So you had two players off the line of scrimmage, one on for 3 eligible wide receivers with a bunch near the end of the line. So a little bit more of a complicated set than you typically see in high school, but shouldn't have led to a delay of game.
3rd and 15 now for the Royals. Shotgun snap. Thomas Glenn, high arcing rainbow pass. Receiver goes up for it through the hands of Vinny Orlando. Able to knock it out of the defensive pressure. Knock it away from the defensive pressure.
Vinny Orlando just on a kind of go route, and then the defensive back had enough of a cushion to settle where that ball was going to go. Vinny Orlando had to hop up to knock that one out. Good heads-up play by Vinny Orlando to ensure nothing was going wrong there. As they're going to punt, but at least it's better than a interception would have been.
And the punt is off. And that one's going to roll out of bounds, and that's clearly rolling out at the 29. If they spot that anywhere else, I'm going to be mad. Clearly out at the 29.
And you wonder why there's a referee shortage right now. It's getting all upset with them. They're doing their best. They've been pretty good tonight. As far as the penalties go, I've actually been kind of impressed. There's been very little of those kind of judgment hairline calls. I think every time the flags come out, it's been deserved. So, I'm all right with this referee crew so far. One or two spots being a little bit off. They got better seats than we do. I don't blame that. But Mariners coming back. Last time they had the ball, they had a long drive capped off by a 1-yard quarterback sneak by Hood. So expect them to carry that momentum a little bit further, as that last defensive stand was strong, and they've got some tempo tonight.
Handoff from Hood. Up the middle on the misdirection, fooling me once again for the Mariners, starting at 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
There's been a lot of places where the Mariners have been able to find yardage. They've been able to find it on, the tosses. They've had some sweeps, but the dive really hasn't been that dangerous for the Mariners tonight. That's one of those plays that you need to have as a triple option team. Back when Cal Poly was running the triple option here, Joe Prothrow would run it sometimes 40 times a night on those dives, just straightforward, time and time again. So you look at what they're doing, and Mission's at least stopping the bread and butter plays.
And right up the middle, the ball comes out to the left side, and on the carry, Phoenix Giglione. And we're within 45 seconds now here in the final minute of the third quarter. Our score is 18-15. Royals lead by 3, trying to get the stop here on 3rd down and 9 against the Aptos Mariners, wanting to get the ball back early in the 4th quarter to potentially get another touchdown, try to seal this one off from the Mariners tonight. Hood going to keep it himself, looking to throw. This one passed out, almost intercepted. Getting his hands on it, the big paws of Lucas Elmerick right there in the line of fire from Hood's pass.
And I think part of what led to that was Hood took a spin step that I'm not sure he needed. He lost eye contact with the defense for a split second, and that's where Lucas Elmerick really caught up and made a lot of that space back up that he had lost. He was able to get his hands on it. That is quite a pass deflection by Lucas Elmerick.
Now we'll bring up 4th and 9.
And the 4th and 9 punt unit comes out. And Hood boots this one off. Right into the hands of Luke Terry at the 37-yard line. And Terry across to the 50, colliding with a bunch of white shirts. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Royals. And I was talking about them getting the ball back early in the 4th quarter. They're getting it back here late in the 3rd quarter. 4.7 seconds with 48 yards to go.
If you can average 10 yards per return, that's taking a whole set of downs out of the equation for the offense. That's always what the special teams coordinators want to see out of a punt return, is getting that 10 yards. That's about 15, almost 20 yards for Luke Terry there. That is quite the return.
And the handoff to Chase Untall. And Untall gains a couple of yards before the rugby scrum comes up to end the 3rd quarter. And after one quarter in the 2nd half down, we're 3 quarters gone. 18-15 is our score. Royals lead by 3. Steven, we'll be right back. Stay tuned for final action here from Alex G. Spanos Stadium.
It's time for an MPG upgrade at Sunset Honda.
Save big with Sunny's end of summer deals at Sunset Honda. Like 3.29% financing for 60 months on select pre-owned Hondas. Or take advantage of $1,250 in Honda loyalty on every new Ridgeline and get 2 years of free scheduled maintenance with any new 23 Honda.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Trade in your gas guzzler today and get 1,000 over Kelly Blue Book from the start.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
Welcome back to Alex G. Spanos Stadium. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges. And coming up, Stephen, we're going to have to unveil our player of the game for your Mission Prep Royals. Not Stevens, but the fans. And that's presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. And Stephen, tonight's game is presented by the Mountain Air. It's your place for camping, hiking, backpacking, climbing, travel, skiing, snowboarding, car racks, and outdoor adventure needs. We also offer a full-service ski and snowboard repair and rental shop. That is pretty awesome. And we're going into the fourth quarter. Milestones up because it is the milestone fourth quarter. And if we get a win, we're going to have a milestone party right down the street on Foothill at Milestone Tavern. And I got to update this lovely scoreboard.
Absolutely. This has been a long match, and as anyone will tell you, the money rounds are the late ones when it comes to fighting, and this has been a fight for sure.
Milestone Tavern fourth quarter, and the Royals on the move. That ball gets stopped for a short gain, 2 yards for Harrigan. And as I said, Milestone Tavern, the official post-game hangout of your Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern located at 972 Foothill Boulevard down in University Square. And I'm sure tonight it is popping with students coming back to campus. Thomas, you going to be there? Yeah, Thomas is going to be there.
Well, there we go. That's all I need to hear.
Party's already there. 3rd and 8 for the Royals. 46-yard line of Aptos. Thomas Glenn passes into the backfield to Ronnie Kardashian, who pushes forward, taking down at the 41-yard line, coming up short of the first down by 3 yards. Let's see what David Schuster has dialed up on fourth down for your Royals.
We've seen the aggression tonight. I expect to see him go for this, or at least consider going for it, as it's going to be Drew Kardashian. Yeah, Drew Harrigan coming back, and Drew Kardashian, the Saiyan combination of the two, as well as Souza coming in with them. So they're going with a heavier set than what they just had in the game. I expect a big push up front here.
The Harrigan gang?
Harrigan.
Hand it off to Harrigan this time. And Harrigan stuffed on fourth down. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Wait a minute.
They've got 2 different spots going.
It looked like it was short, but now we have 2 different spots. We might see the chains come out on this one. I want to see. Yep, they're pulling the chains. Steven, I've been wanting this forever. I love when the chains come out.
It's been a while since we've seen the good old chain pull, so we'll see here. They're marching them on out. We'll go get the special chain camera.
I get excited when the chain gang comes out because they don't get to be on TV that often. A big shout out to Roy Esmond, who was a Mission Prep faithful chain gang member for a long time. Rock on, Roy Esmond. I feel like we're an NFL broadcast now. We got the so close, so close.
Fractions of a link, very close.
Welcome to Mission Prep football.
And they didn't have to bring the note card out, though. Couple links short of a first down there. That's got to be disappointing to the Royals. They had a strong run going. Everything was going their way. They've got to just accept the quick change, get back on defense, as Aptos has been driving recently. They've been playing very well, and it's a one-score game. The defense will decide this one.
Steven, that is the first time we've pulled the chains out on camera. And that's why, that shot that you provided us is why I wanted the chain game to come out. Because that is an NFL quality shot to show the fans how close it was. 1st and 10 for the Aptos Mariners. Hood keeps it himself. Taken down. Oh, escapes 2 tackles. Still in the backfield. Finally hits the turf. Flags on the field. The ball could have come loose, but Hood does come up with it.
Champ Morrissey on the final sack, but there's a flag on that tackle. I think they're going to discuss if there's a face mask grabbed in the middle of that tackle. And this is a longer discussion. Normally it's black and white there. That is going to be a face mask on that sack. So there's going to be a huge chunk of yardage off of the tackle as Hood kept that play alive and ultimately forced the awkward tackle situation that got the face mask. So the Mariners going to be right at midfield to continue this one.
15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul gives a new first down for the Aptos Mariners. 9:52-51. The clock is running here in the fourth quarter. Royals lead by 3. Appreciate everybody being with us. 160 views and counting. And up the middle is Ingram the fourth. And pulled down to the turf by Luke Terry, wearing number 11, the senior captain.
Now they're getting deep in, and this is where, as the Royals, you start taking some more risks. They run this 3-4 defense. It's one of its big strengths. It's its ability to blitz from anywhere. You have all 4 linebackers, but you can also blitz from the defensive back position. We'll see if they get a little exotic with that blitz setup.
And the takedown in on the tackle, Connor Lopez. A whole bunch of others, Lucas Elmrick. We can name off half of the defensive line for the Royals. The stop at the 35-yard line, bringing up second down.
Well, one of them is subbing out right now, Gabe Rodriguez. He's been playing well on D-line and also O-line. He's that part of that left side of the line that has been so successful for the Royals. He's in on that tackle there. The D-line on a 3-4 is not necessarily expected to make the most tackles. They're there to kind of eat blocks, and Gabe Rodriguez has been forcing the Mariners offense to block him a lot.
We have a final score. Menachie beats Paso Robles.
To be clear, that reaction 100% for Menachie beating Paso. That is not a loss that they wanted to take, as it's Ronnie Kardashian making the tackle here on the Mariners. Paso Robles, I believe, has 1 win. They losses to Kingsburg at Tascadero, now Menachie. Bearcats not what they were last year from the appearances of it, but everything changes once you get in the league. I wouldn't count this one way or the other quite yet.
Well, we've seen the Bearcats in the past.
Excuse me. Bearcats have not won. They've only played 3 games, and they've lost at Tascadero, Menachie, and Kingsburg. So that's rough.
Well, we've also seen those same Bearcats go 0-5 and take league.
Yeah.
So who they're playing
back when it was a 5-game league schedule,
and we have a
late flag.
And on third down from the 32-yard line, a late flag, yes. And that final score for Menachie was 24-14, by the way. So it's not like it was a blowout. 10 points.
I believe Menachie is also winless, though. And Menachie is a much smaller school than Paso.
And Paso has a new coach.
Yes. So a lot of things will change once league comes around. I don't weigh records that heavily, but both San Ynez and Paso with worse preseason pre-league showings than we saw last year.
Unsportsmanlike on the offense, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I believe there's some words being said at the end of that game.
Oh, look at that. The Royals picked up the flag.
Yeah, the referee needs his flag back.
Damian Howell trying to give the flag back to the referee.
Not often you see a player throw a flag on a referee.
And we have that caught on camera officially, thanks to the Bowden cam. And here comes the punt from Hood. And Luke Terry's going to let this one roll right into the... Oh! I spoke too soon.
Right into the 1-yard line.
I spoke seconds too soon.
If you're a sicko like me and just love power run and punting, like, this has been the best game, Brian. I'm loving this.
Oh, it's been a fun game to watch.
Yes, I do like watching Iowa football. Why do you ask?
I didn't ask. Thanks for clarifying. I love close-knit contests. This is 18-15. We haven't had a blowout yet this season. Why start now?
I mean, Mission Prep's had very low-scoring games, the best defense in the Mountain League so far, mainly because they haven't allowed more than 20 points yet. Knocking on the table for that one as shake a lot of things there, get you the clock back on, and it's been the strength of this Royals team so far has been the defense. It's how they beat Bishop Diego and hung in against the Eagles of a Bakersfield Christian. I think it's going to be what sinks or swims them come league.
Royals facing a long 99.9% drive. Down at the 99.9 yard line. The butt of the ball nosed up against the goal line of the Mariners. And the handoff to Drew Harrigan, and he's quickly taken down. And looking for a horse collar on that tackle, Andrew Silva. That is a 21-on-21 crime.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that as a crime. It looked like the hand was deep into the shoulder pads of Drew Harrigan. The face masks have been called pretty well tonight. As the first call that I'd say that's a pretty definitive horse collar. That's a black and white call as well. If you get your hand inside the shoulder pads and pull a player down backwards with it, it's an automatic penalty. I'm surprised it wasn't called there.
A shift at the line for the defense. A handoff to Harrigan as they shift in that direction. He's still churning. He's got the locomotive going. He's got the caboose behind him. And that is a first down, Royals. That is a Mountain Air first down. And the mountaineer.com has a wide variety of outdoor gear you'll need for your next outdoor adventure. Stop by or visit them on Marsh Street in the Marsh Street Plaza, open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And they are the first down sponsor of Mission Prep Football, the mountaineer.com. First down, Royals from the 16-yard line. 6:16 on the clock running. Handoff again to Harrigan. Harrigan jumping over the pile. Out at the 20, pushing forward an 8-yard carry to the 29-yard line, the 24-yard line. Royals 2 yards short of the first down. Our score 18-15 here in the final frame of the last game of non-league play for the Royals.
I tell you what, a geological survey will tell you that the train tracks run just behind the press box on the far side, but Drew Harrigan bringing them back inside the stadium right on those numbers. He's running roughshod over the far side of the field tonight. Here, a couple plays in a row running over defenders.
Second down, handoff once again. This one's a short gain to the 25. And here comes a big substitution for Coach Blankenship. Kyle Bartho coming in from the sidelines.
Well, they really prefer having Tony Perez Colimote out there. He's been a fantastic nose tackle, made the running between the tackles very tough for the Royals. But when they make a sub, he's usually the guy they're moving in and out, making sure he stays fresh, going both ways.
Playing nose right over the center is Bartho. And Harrigan stumbles forward, and that's going to be enough for a first down as the rugby scrum creates a lot of whistles. The referees are like, come on, guys. Let's finish this cleanly. Let's play fair. Let's be nice. It's high school football. That's my referee voice.
Okay. You clearly haven't been talked to by a referee recently, because that's probably the best language I've heard from a referee in a while. I'm say, excuse me, gentlemen.
This is a PG broadcast.
That's fair, but it's a little more stern.
Handoff to Ronnie Kardashian. Kardashian out across the 30. A short gain as the clock continues to run in favor of the Royals. 4:20 and going here in the final frame, fourth quarter.
Re-entering once again Perez Colimote for the Mariners. We've been keeping an eye on him, that big nose tackle. He definitely changes the game when he's in, and a lot of substitutions happening. As now it's going to be leaving is Gavin McDonald. He's one of those linebackers. He's been doing a fantastic job plugging the holes, and just 58, who's not on our roster, coming back in.
58 has made an impact tonight for the defense of the Mariners. Handoff to Kardashian out to the right side. Kardashian tied up past the 30 as he turns the corner. And we're still rolling the clock here. Clock stops. This fourth quarter presented by Milestone Tavern, the official post-game hangout of Mission Prep Football and Mission Prep Athletics. 3rd and 8, ball spotted at the 32-yard line of the Mission Prep Royals. Clock is stopped as the play sailed out of bounds on the Mission Prep sideline. Single receiver to each side, handoff to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan getting some speed going out to the 50. He might have enough for the first down. They're going to spot him at the 39-yard line. They're moving the sticks. That's a Mountainair first down. And the Mountainair is the place to go for all your outdoor adventure needs, from the novices to the experience, in downtown San Luis Obispo since 1975. Located on Marsh Street. And we have a timeout. We're going to take a break with them. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. And we have a game here, 18-15, 3:28. Mission Prep with 3 timeouts. Aptos Mariners with 2 following the timeout taken by head coach Randy Blankenship. And a whistle flag coming out of the backfield. False start on the offense. That's going to push Mission Prep back to the 34-yard line. 1st and 15 here in the 4th quarter. Ball now at the 34-yard line.
Well, we talked about it as the underlying current underneath this whole game. Can't be making bad penalties, can't have those negative plays when you've got the ball. It's been pretty good for the Royals and the Mariners so far as controlling those types of penalties. But there's going to be a discussion here as half the coaching staff out on the field, along with a little discussion with the white hat referee. But neither team really been, shooting themselves in the foot with bad penalties. There's been bad plays, but it's been on the field. It's been from the course of play, which is what you want to see. No referee wants to decide a game. That's not been the case tonight.
Thomas Glenn on the sideline talking to David Schuster, Eric Terry, and Darnell Harris before bringing the play in. It's a pitch option. He's going to keep it himself. And he's out to the 50 now. And he shakes the defender off across the 50 for the first down. And that is a huge gain for the quarterback, the sophomore Thomas Glenn, with the awareness to keep the ball himself and not pitch it out to Drew Harrigan.
I tell you what, he's not the most imposing figure on the field, Thomas Glenn, but he plays like it. He plays like he's 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. The way that he carries that ball, he has that kind of confidence. He was shoving a guy off of him that must have weighed twice as much.
An 18-yard pickup for Glenn. And Drew Harrigan now off to the races. Just bulldozes 2 players, including his own Vinny Orlando, to get out to the 41-yard line. A big plow.
And the definition of lead me, follow me, or get out of my way right there by Drew Harrigan. Pushing forward, keeping the chains moving. He's made a 2nd and short into Mariners territory with less than 3 minutes to go. This is the drive the Royals needed. They started on their own 1 and have been milking every bit of this field as they move up.
Hand off to Drew Harrigan once again. Harrigan spins out to the sidelines, pushes forward to the 35-yard line. That is a Mountainair first down for your Mission Prep Royals. And tonight's broadcast presented by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We're confident that you'll trust us to be your preferred Honda dealership on the Central Coast and in San Luis Obispo and beyond.
And it's been the offensive tackles for the Royals tonight, as well as Thomas Glenn and Drew Harrigan and Chase Sentel have all played. It's been the tackles and the tight ends that have been making these plays happen off tackle that have been big plays.
The pitch out to Harrigan, the one-handed grab. A short gain. The clock continues to run as we're under 2 minutes to go here in Royals football from Alex G. Spanos Stadium, the home of Mustang Memorial Field. And we have a timeout on the field, the second timeout of the half for the Aptos Mariners, and we'll be right back.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Park Way off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you.
Here in the box, we shocked Thomas with an odd question as I lost count of how many years he's been at Mission Prep. Thomas, I'm counting how many years you've been on staff with us here at PSNtv. This is your 4th season. I count 4 years. I forgot you started before you even got to Mission Prep. So forgive me. He looked at me like, I'm not going to Mission Prep next year. Thomas, we love you. You're welcome back at Mission Prep for the rest of your life.
I appreciate you making that call on behalf of Mission Prep. If you got any admissions questions, apparently Brian Stanley, he's got some connections for you.
I do.
As speaking of connections and hooking up on the field, this offense has been clicking and connecting, playing well as a unit right now. They've been driving this whole 4th quarter.
A drive that started at the 99.9-yard line, I guess you could say. Harrigan with the handoff from Glenn. And the handoff out across the 35, and we have Laundry back on the field.
21, Drew Harrigan,
Brett Schmoll loves you. The whole community out on the chat loves you, Thomas. And Steven, I do have pull in the realm of admissions at Mission Prep just a little bit, as I am friends with one of the admissions directors, and that'd be head coach David Schuster.
Well, there you go. Admissions director. I believe Dean of Boys and softball filmographer David Schuster. He wears many hats along with the coaching hat. Penalty is going to be declined against Mission Prep right here. So they're going to get all the yardage on that play despite the holding call. This is going to lead to 3rd and manageable considering how deep they're in the game. I'd expect them to go for it here. There's under a minute 30 in Mission Prep. If Aptos doesn't call a timeout, they could kill in the next couple drives.
Mission Prep with the ball, 3rd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Glenn under center, hands off to Harrigan. If you're going to give it to anybody, give it to Harrigan. Harrigan turns forward, trying to get down to the 25-yard line, and comes up just short. That brings up 4th down with 1:02 left. 62 seconds remain in this ball game. And we have another timeout on the field. And then, Steven, we're going to go ahead and take this timeout. California Fresh Market is a proud presenting sponsor of Mission Prep Football, and it's driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
And, Steven, we were talking about the resume of head coach David Schuster and the things he does at Mission Prep. I'm also helping him get ready for his next stage in life of being a talk show host. Every Wednesday on PSNtv, you can catch the Coaches Show with myself, Brian Stanley, and head coach David Schuster, as we break down the Mission Prep Royals and give you some insight.
You're making him the host?
No, well, it's his show.
Oh, okay.
I just guide him along the way.
There you go. It's like all the best coaches.
It's not the Brian Stanley show. It's the coach's show.
Well, that's what they always say about the coaches. It's the ones that are guiding. You're showing him what he already has.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
4th down for the Royals. A handoff once again. Turning forward, trying to get to that first down. And with 57.1 seconds left on the clock, the Aptos Mariners are going to get a chance to get back in this one as Felix Valencia gets the stop, coming up the sidelines in pure excitement.
Well, he should be excited. That kept them in the game. That could have been game over right there. That moment was the game for the Mariners. Now each play subsequently, well, that's the game for them. If they're able to finish in the end zone here, that flips this. This has been a one-score game for quite some time. Mission Prep and Aptos are going to take this to the wire.
And we have a timeout on the field, so we're going to go ahead and take this timeout with them. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football continues on Prep Sports Network TV.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country. Book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on PSN TV, presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. 4th quarter presented by Milestone Tavern. Coming up is our post-game show, and we will announce our player of the game, presented by Farmers Insurance agent Jennifer White. And the Aptos Mariners trail by 3, no timeouts left, and have 57.1 seconds to travel 74 yards to shut down the Royals and walk away with their first win of the season. The Royals looking for their first win here at home inside Alex G. Spanos Stadium. Hood going to keep it himself. Chased down in the backfield, escapes the tackle or the sack. As pressure coming in on the far side, Hood runs out of bounds to save time. And Damian Howell was bringing that pressure on Hood, and Matt Hood was able to escape it.
We saw how powerful Damian Howell was earlier in this game. He's not an easy tackle to break. He got his paws on him, but ultimately Hood able to break free. Then Drew Souza sticking with the play, coming out of coverage and forcing Hood out of bounds for a, it won't go down as a sack. I'd record it as a sack because I'm a generous statistician, but forced him out of bounds just using his body, did not touch Hood at all. So now the Mariners working with a little less clock and a little further distance, but a smart move by Hood to not push anything, not risk anything there where he was running for his life in this game.
2 receivers to the near side. Single back in the backfield. Hood not handing it off. Keeps it himself, looking for a man downfield. Throws over the middle. Picked off. Ronnie Kardashian sealing the deal for the Royals at midfield. 33.8 seconds. Royals with the ball. No timeouts left for the Aptos Mariners. Matt Hood throws the interception.
I tell you what, I guarantee if you look in the books of both of these coaches before this game, they did not want to be the one to end up being forced to throw the ball at the end of the game. Neither team really prides themselves on it. They can both obviously throw the ball. It's part of the modern football game, but being forced into that situation, a must-throw situation, tough for the Aptos Mariners. And the Royals coming up big. Ronnie Kardashian, what a catch to ice this game.
Our score 18-15, 33.8 seconds. One knee does it. And that is going to be the last play of the game. And our final thoughts from Brett Schmoll. This Aptos Mission College prep game is turning into a healthy rivalry. Quality programs and a great matchup. I can't agree more. Back-to-back years, we had 2 solid games. And with 15 seconds remaining, we still can't call it a final yet. But the eggs are definitely chilling and the Jell-O's jiggling. Waiting 2 seconds, man.
All right. I was going to say.
It's final now.
They're not taking a snap, and they're at midfield. So.
I understand that, but I don't call it final until all things are final. And KD Capital presenting all our Mission Prep touchdowns tonight. Pressing the wrong button here.
Talk about a couple big wins in a row for Mission Prep, huh? First, Bishop Diego, a team that was a thorn in their side for decades, and now Aptos, one of the top teams from the Central Coast section, a really powerful team up there that has made some big things happen. It speaks volumes to how this Mission Prep team is doing early in this pre-league season, and starting league next week. I mean, they look to be one of the strongest teams going into this Mountain League schedule.
And the Mission Prep Royals pick up the win, improving to 2-1 after 2 tough victories heading into league play. Definitely sharpening the iron, getting these players ready for league play. Let's run it back for you. At 11:03 in the second quarter, Chase Untall breaks away with a 54-yard run, and that score made it 6-0, following a no extra point on a blocked kick. And then rounding out the first half, Matt Hood scores on a quarterback keeper, kick good. Aptos leads 76 at 1:11 in the second quarter, taking the lead into the half. Royals reclaim the lead in the third quarter, 6:20 on a 37-yard carry by Drew Harrigan. The 2-point conversion no good. That was a 46-yard drive. Our score 12-7. 5:23 in the third quarter, 28-yard carry by Drew Harrigan caps off a 33-yard drive following a botched kickoff from a kickoff return by the Aptos Mariners. 2-point conversion no good. Our score 18-7, and then Aptos tries to get back into this one. A 4-yard carry by Matt Hood. 4:19 in the third quarter. 2-point conversion is good from Hood as well. That brings us to our final score of 18-15, Stephen.
What a game. I mean, back and forth both ways. Saw a lot of great play by both teams. This is one of those games where it's just, yeah, I'd go for a couple more quarters of that. That was a fun one to watch, an intense one. Both teams easily could have come away with the victory. That's exactly what Mission would want to see if they had drawn this up beforehand. Just a hard-fought team that ultimately they came out with the victory. This is what we're going to see a lot more of down the stretch. What a game by Mission Prep.
And, Steven, we're going to take one quick timeout. It's going to be about 15 seconds because we need to talk over player of the game real quick, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Mission Prep Football continues on. We're going to go into the postgame show.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
And we're back in the postgame show. We've talked it over. The ballots are in. Tom's counted them up. There was how many hanging chads were there? I don't know. I lost count. We had a couple unofficial ballots, but the final tally's in. Steven, let's get a drum roll. What do we have?
Well, it's got to be the big back, Drew Harrigan, running right by the railroad tracks here, making it seem like his home place all along. But you got to give a little shout out to the offensive line in front of him. Those perimeter players in particular, talking about the tight ends, Drew Souza, Connor Lopez, and then the tackles on either side, Joseph Clipperton and Gabe Almada, all played fantastically tonight, opening up those edges for huge running lanes for Drew Harrigan and Chase Untall on those tackles. And, of course, you can't forget the long run of Thomas Glenn, also off that tackle. So you talk about the success that Mission Prep had. Yes, Drew Harrigan is our singular player of the night, but that's because I don't want to split it among 5 people. I've never been that type of guy. But the entire O-line and the running back, Drew Harrigan taking home the ultimate award, as you got to give it to one person, and he played phenomenally tonight.
And our player of the game is presented by Farmers Insurance. Jennifer White, serving San Luis Obispo, helping residents select the best home and auto coverage to protect their property and belongings. Book your appointment today at 805-548-8530. That's Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White. And Steven, we have coming up a rare Thursday afternoon game. It's evening game, but We'll call it an afternoon game just because it feels right.
Thursday night football also sounds nice.
Thursday night football. We also have we have our Thursday afternoon game because there is a shortage of referees, not only on the Central Coast, but I think throughout the state at this point.
Throughout the nation, in fact.
Because if you look at the Aptos schedule going forward, they have 2 Thursday games and they have a Saturday afternoon game.
Yeah, why not have a nice little Saturday afternoon game?
So the Mission Prep Royals continue into league next Thursday here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium, hosting the San Ynez Pirates at 7 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, let's see if that game went final. San Ynez was in the middle of a tough-fought battle against Santa Maria here earlier tonight. They dropped a game to the Coastal Pirates of Morro Bay in the hostile harbor last week. Currently, Santa Ynez up 42-20 on Santa Maria. Last reported score on Max Prep. So they're going to be coming in hot, and looks like they're going to be ready for a battle.
And the Pirates just dedicated their new stadium to the Rio family down in Santa Ynez.
Yeah.
So
Rio family, longtime supporters of San Ynez, taken too soon, and so they've now dedicated the field. It's a very moving thing. So, we won't be down there, but definitely we'll be thinking about that as San Ynez makes the trek up here.
And they'll be here Thursday afternoon inside Alex G. Spanos Stadium, the home of Mustang Memorial Field, presented by French Hospital Medical Center, a Dignity Health facility. And the Aptos Mariners will go to be at North Salinas, the Vikings, next Friday night before they find their bye week. They open league next week as well. And they open league 0-3, a tough 0-3 start for them.
Tough 0-3 start against 3, obviously I'm a little biased for the Mission Prep, but 3 tough squads in a row. So Aptos, not the ideal way to start the season, but has a long way to go, playing a lot of those teams just north of us. I'm surprised we don't play more of them. And granted, Atascaro playing Everett Alvarez here tonight. And they're going to have a tough go of it. Starting 0-3 is tough, but you can pull out of it. We talked about how Paso and AG do that regularly. I could see this Aptos team being the type that makes that happen, that finds a way to right the ship, especially power run teams tend to come on hotter later, and they've got some deep talent. I was very impressed by Aptos tonight.
And if you've made it this far in our broadcast, why don't you hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you all up to date on all our future broadcasts right here on PSNtv. I'm Brian Stanley. You can follow me on Twitter or the X, Stanley on Sports. Stephen Hodges can be followed at Slowpoke Sports. Follow Mission Prep Football, MCP Football. And you can follow Prep Sports Network, the Prep SN, on the X. We'll see you next week, right here, Thursday afternoon, from Alex G. Spanos Stadium, and this Wednesday, an all-new coaches show with head coach David Schuster. Appreciate you being with us, and have a great weekend.